Robin Connors, thank you so much. It is a beautiful night here in Jonesboro, Arkansas. Thought for a minute we might get some weather, but right now it is cool, it is crisp. It is fall Sunbelt football as we welcome everyone to the Rocket Money kickoff outside Centennial Bank Stadium. Arkansas State getting set to take on Louisiana. There's never a bad night to smoke some meat, as they'll tell you here in the great state of Arkansas. Both of these teams hoping their season continues in the final 2 weeks of the regular season, but to do that, they'll need to get wins tonight as we welcome you to Thursday Night College Football and a little industry night. Alongside Tom Luganville, I am Matt Berry. So happy to be here with you. Week 13 of the college football season. Only 2 weeks left in the regular season. Coaches will tell you all the time, November, if you're playing meaningful football, that's big. And for both of these schools, trying to get to the postseason. Well,
you got to get to the postseason. If you're Arkansas State, you still got an opportunity to get the Sun Belt Championship game. If they win out, need Southern Miss to still lose too. But meaningful football for two teams that have had a lot of bad things happen to them throughout the year.
Yeah, we'll get into the up and down of the season. Louisiana, they got to win out to go to an 8th consecutive bowl game, so that's on the line for them tonight. It's also going to be a challenge for Louisiana tonight. At the end of their last time out, November 8th against Texas State, there was this fight following the game, Lugs, and because of it, 7 players have been suspended for tonight, including some notable starters in the secondary.
Well, yeah, and amongst those 7 players, you got to understand that there's 139 tackles plus 5 interceptions that are now missing from the defensive back end alone for Louisiana. So the reserves are going to have to come up big, find a way to get their matchups tonight. But this is something that at the group of 5 level, it's more difficult to be able to recover from because you don't know how significant the drop-off is going to be from the starter to the backup.
There's going to be a lot of freshmen playing on the defensive side of the ball. Who's going to be able to step up? 5 interceptions also missing from the group that is suspended tonight. It's going to be a challenge for that back end because on the other side of this, Arkansas State, one of the more fun offenses to watch in the Sun Belt. Jalen Rayner, the quarterback, Corey Rucker, the star receivers. When these guys are humming along with this offense, Lugs, it's one of the best offenses in the conference, like I said.
And without question, Jalen Rayner, he's completing 68% of his passes. The entire offense runs through him, whether it's through the air or on the ground, and he's got a complement of wideouts that can really create plays downfield. And Corey Rucker, he's the go-to man in this offense. At the short, at the intermediate, at the vertical level, he's a playmaker. And Louisiana, again, depleted in the back end, is going to have to account for Rucker all night long.
And that's your player spotlight brought to you by Rocket Money, the quarterback. Look out for Rayner tonight. Rucker, the active FBS leader in receiving yards. But Harry Lyles, these guys will tell you what tonight means, especially with only 2 games left on the schedule.
That's right, Matt. The theme for this Arkansas State team all week has been about the number 6. It's the number of wins that you need to get to a bowl game. And for these seniors, on senior night, there is nothing that means more to them than getting this win here on their home turf. Jalen Rayner told me that the ring and a banner that comes with the bowl game is a symbol of unity that the team has. It reminds you of the hard work, all the long days in practice, all the nights of dedication with your guys. Ethan Hassler told me that it was like putting sand back in the hourglass for these guys, getting one more football game. But Butch Jones told me, hey, I understand the emotions are going to be running high, but you got to make sure you keep them in check so we don't fall behind early, guys.
Started the season 1-4, then they went on a 4-game winning streak to get to this point. The word Butch Jones uses, resilient. Kickoff from Jonesboro, Arkansas is coming up as this has been the Rocket Money Kickoff. Welcome to ESPN College Football Prime Time, presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance. As Arkansas State has won the toss, they've deferred to the second half, so we're going to see Louisiana's offense to get this one started. They've won 7 of the last 10 against Arkansas State. Michael Desormeaux, former quarterback is leading his alma mater. Butch Jones in year 5 as the head coach of Arkansas State. Clayton Amaya to kick it off. Jacorian Norris deep to receive. Sit back, relax. Only 2 weeks of this left. Week 13, college football. And that's Norris at the 10, 15 to the 20. Gets it across the 30, and that's good field position to start this thing off for Louisiana. That's a return of 27. And as the offensive Lunch, Winfield, and crew come out, Luganville, they've relied on the running game since he's taken over at quarterback, third quarterback to play this year.
Yeah, it's been a two-headed monster with Zylan Perry and Bill Davis, 2 power backs that will get downhill on you in a hurry. You better bring your big boy pads. And then for Lunch Winfield, as you mentioned, the third quarterback to start for Louisiana this year. The LSU Ole Miss transfer Walker Howard started the season, got injured, and Lunch Winfield has kind of taken the reins, particularly over the last 2 weeks, have been their best offensive production.
Perry and Davis combined for 3,117 yards and 29 touchdowns in their career. First play, they're going to keep it on the ground, bounce outside, and there's going to be a penalty down. First play of the game, our official tonight, Tennis Livingston. All right, so not how Louisiana wanted to start this game, as a holding on the first play of the game. Been talking about offensive line depth. This team's battled a lot with injuries. We already touched on the quarterback, third one to play, but offensive line depth also been an issue for the Cajuns.
Yeah, particularly at both tackle spots, and then they've been trying to settle in with Jax Harrington, the right tackle, who's been their best offensive lineman, but he hasn't been 100% for several weeks now.
Lunch to throw over the middle, caught. Good grab there by Caden Jensen, the tight end, and that's a gain of 8, getting most of the holding yardage back.
That's a really nice job of Jensen securing the football, because Avante Dickerson, number 9, was all over that, brought the left arm swipe down. I thought it was going to get dislodged for just a moment, but a big pickup to get you in second and manageable.
And Luke, as far as Lunch is concerned, he got his first start of the season against James Madison, came in against Marshall. He's been getting more dynamic as the weeks go.
Yeah, welcome to college football. You get your first start against James Madison, the class of the league, but he's improved steadily.
I'm also excited to say Lunch for the entire broadcast. There's a flag down before the play.
Number 76. 5-yard penalty, remain second down.
All right, 2 penalties already in the offensive line. That Matthew Broussard. I'm talking to Butch Jones this week. He noted, look, offensively, they've got talented receivers. The running backs are really, really complimentary of each other. So for their defense, kind of an up and down year for them, they understand this could be physical offense to take on.
Well, the one thing they have at Arkansas State on defense is a pass rush. They can get after you, and they get upfield and play on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
To that end, 18 sacks in the last 4 games. So 2nd and 17 after another penalty. Lunch going to bring it down, not going to get anything out of it. Sigler and Taylor there for the Red Wolves, and a loss of 2.
Cody Sigler, big 94, 6'3", 297 pounds, plays off this block, jumps into the A-gap between the guard and the center and just wins one-on-one. You see that lower body explosion. He's a handful. The offensive line for Louisiana has been targeting him all this week, knowing we've got to have a plan for 94.
A couple of players actually singled him out and said 94, that's the guy. And we've seen it early on this first possession. Now 3rd and 18. Showing pressure, back off it. Lunch rolls out to his right, throws to his right, and that's going to be incomplete. And so Arkansas State, first possession of the game, they get the punt intended for Robert Williams, covered by Joe Drew.
A little simulated pressure there for Arkansas State on defense. Did a really nice job of showing maybe a 5-man rush, and then dropped off rush 2, spied the quarterback, was right on him when he left the pocket. Really well designed defensive on 3rd and long.
Aaron Blancas to punt. Check that Nathan Torney to punt. Aaron Blancas deep to receive. As he runs over to his 20, takes an aggressive hop, and Blancas got that first pass. He creased after he made the first man miss. Punt to 52, a return of 18. And we talked about good field position for Louisiana to start. And Jalen Rayner in Arkansas State can say the same.
Terrific field position. And what you hope if you're Arkansas State is you don't have some of the blunders in the offensive line that Louisiana just had on that first drive. You want to start this game off, and you need it to be clean. Get into rhythm. Play smart football. There's a lot to play for Arkansas State after a heartbreaking loss to Southern Miss a week ago.
Anytime you've got a quarterback with 33 career starts under his belt, you love having experience at that position. That's Spencer in the backfield. He's going to take it on first down. Louisiana stops him after a gain of 2. They're going to rely on a few backs tonight. Spencer, one. Kenyon Clay, also a weapon out of the backfield. And like most offenses we've seen this year, Lugs, they are going to run tempo. They'll play it quick. And that's a good gain by Spencer on 2nd down. It's a gain of 5. And they're already hustling to spot the ball. Rayner to throw. Up top, one-on-one coverage. Some handwork up there, but no flag was thrown. That was intended for Chauncey Cobb, who actually leads the team in receptions. It's not Corey Rucker, has all the yards, and Moriam Eliam, one of the guys that's going to have to step up tonight. Eliam, a redshirt junior. They kind of moved him over into the nickel position, Lugs, and he has good coverage there.
Yeah, good coverage, a little handsy, a little grabby. But you're also throwing that deep ball downfield to a 5'6" receiver in Chauncey Cobb. I don't know if I love that matchup one-on-one in a jump ball situation.
That possession was 45 seconds. Blessing and the curse of tempo. Jackson Waller to punt. Robert Williams to receive. And Williams is going to fair catch that at his 15. Got up on it, had to back up a little bit. A punt of 43 yards. So a couple of punts early on in this one. 0-0 early in the first in Jonesboro. 0-0 early first quarter. Michael Decimo, mentioned it a moment ago, coaching his alma mater, played quarterback here. 23 wins in his first 3 seasons after taking over for Billy Napier, who left to go to Florida. Now Decimo still the head coach of his alma mater. Good quarterback back in his day. So 1st and 10 after the punt. Bill Davis, first appearance for him in the backfield. They're going to give it to Davis. He's going to try to stretch it outside, and a nice start to this drive for the Louisiana Cajuns as we take a look at tonight's impact players built by the Home Depot.
Well, 2 offensive targets here built by the Home Depot, starting off with wide receiver Shelton Sampson Jr. for Louisiana is really coming on. The LSU transfer, former 5-star player, as well as Corey Rucker, who we've already talked about tonight.
That ball is out, stripped on the back throw. That was DeMarcus Hendricks who got there. And Louisiana, Jax Harrington was right there at the right time. That's going to be a loss of 10. Harrington, one of the only offensive linemen who has started every game this season.
DeMarcus Hendricks there with the strip sack coming off the edge. Really good, just pressing the pocket. And very fortunate there for Louisiana to recover that football. But behind the chains now on consecutive series from Louisiana, they got to start getting into the rhythm offense.
3rd and 18 a series ago, now 3rd and 12. Lunch. Wide open guy over the middle of the field, and he just overshoots his intended receiver, Shelton Sampson Jr. 2 possessions, 2 punts.
Boy, and Shelton Sampson Jr. had some room to move. He is driving across the middle of the field on the crossing route, and if he hits this, he's got some real estate in front of him. Just toss it out there, and he turns and runs to the corner.
The tourney out of his own end zone. Arkansas State going to get some good field position again. Between the 2 teams, 3 possessions, 0 first downs. Now our 3rd punt. Blanca's right at midfield. And that comes off the toe of the club. It's going to be hitting the trees off the fairway. How about this? A triple header week 13 of the college football season. You have to start talking about Brent Venables now as the SEC Coach of the Year.
Wow.
What he's done with this gauntlet. Oklahoma at home taking on Missouri. Texas right now on the outside looking in. And Tennessee at Florida. The game that back in the day used to decide the SEC East.
When you look at Missouri there taking on Oklahoma, and it just further proof of how important the quarterback position is. As you suffer 2 injuries, you're now down to a true freshman.
So how about this? Plus territory now after the 23-yard punt for Rayner and the Red Wolves offense. Throwing on 1st down. Quick hitch route to Rucker. And you see why he leads the FBS in yards. How about Corey Rucker on senior night? Early play out of him. Lake Bates pushed him out after 28. But that's why the guy's got now over 3,700 yards receiving in his career.
Easy pitch and catch to the outside, and Rucker does the rest. Nice move to extend the play and shows balance down the sideline.
There's a gain of 28. That was Spencer on 1st and goal. Brought down on the play by Williams. The linebacker, the converted running back. And how about Corey Rucker? Though a statistical anomaly, all the yards, only 1 touchdown.
Only 1 touchdown, but somebody that moves the chains, as you see
That's
there,
right.
84 first downs. And this is where Arkansas State's got to button up tonight. They haven't been a great red zone offense team.
Rayner going to take it. And Rayner had a crease, closed up pretty quick. Picked up 4, and it's going to be 3rd and goal. Every bit of a dual threat quarterback, over 360 yards on the season on the ground for Rayner, 7 touchdowns on the ground. Spencer in the backfield. 3rd and goal. Rayner looking right, goes back to his left, into the end zone, incomplete. That was intended for Chauncey Cobb. Lorenzel Dubose in that young secondary that we're going to talk about tonight with the suspensions. Good job by Louisiana, hold him to a field goal.
No question. Chauncey Cobb, again, just 5'6". It's tough to throw with such little real estate in the back end of that end zone with a target that's just not very big to go up and get it. You got to be pinpoint accurate on that throw over the middle.
So Clune Van Andel on to kick the 20-yard attempts, 3 of 5 on the season. Going to mark it 21-yard attempts. Just a chip shot for Van Andel to put Arkansas State on the board. Kick is up and good. So some points were scored for Arkansas State after the plus field position, but also a victory for Louisiana's defense, holding them just for 3. Rutgers set it up with the 28-yard gain. And early on, a lot of defense, not a lot of points. That makes it fun here, Jonesboro, Arkansas on a Thursday night.
ESPN Thursday Night College Football is presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need.
Year 5 for Butch Jones. A career arc that took him Cincinnati and Tennessee. Been here now, Jonesboro, for 5 seasons. He was with me on SportsCenter today. He did confirm he will get an invite to Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift's wedding.
That's right. Let's take a look at that last attempt in the end zone. You've got Rucker going here. There's Cobb, but nobody accounts for the running back right out here, and Jalen Rayner misses him. Watch this play through, and this is a walk-in touchdown. If he just works through his progression to his check down, and Rayner knows it.
He saw him out there. Yeah, look, he pointed over to the sideline and said, man, I'm sorry, I got you, I missed you. But still some points. There's Jacorian Norris deep to receive. He's going to return it from his end zone as Norris down to the 15 and 20, 25, 30, 35, and Norris, if you're going to take it out of the end zone, however, a flag on the play. We'll see what this is, negating what would be a 37-yard kick return.
During the return, holding, number 44. Half the distance to the goal, 1st and 10.
Luke's already 3 penalties, costly ones tonight in Louisiana in their first 3 possessions.
And that one affects field position, and then the others have been pre-snap penalties that have set this offense back into 2nd and 3rd and long on consecutive offensive series. It's just not winning football, and Somo knows it. He's got to get this offense in gear. They got to get some positive yardage, Matt, on 1st down.
So another penalty. They had 2, a holding penalty, a procedure penalty. Now this one on the kick return. And you're right, they got to get something going at least early on 1st down to jump start a drive. Have yet to do that. Field position for them has not been great. They've averaged starting at their own 17. This one starts at the 10. Darrell Smith in the backfield now. A play fake for Lunch. He's going to roll out to his right. And that's a good job getting out of the pocket, finding Charles Robertson. And there's one, Lou. You start the drive, you get a 1st down, you get a gain of 18, and now the whole thing's activated. Yeah,
and you're out of the shadow of your own end zone there. And just from a confidence standpoint, get the ball out, get moving, make a nice catch there.
That's the true freshman, Smith. Here we are talking about Perry and Davis, the 2 veteran running backs. The true freshman getting some reps on this drive and a gain of 8.
He's a scat back, true freshman. He's been dinged up a little bit early, and now they finally got him into the mix. Expected to see him a little bit tonight. He is really good in space.
Play fake, and the defense was right on Lunch, and that ball is out. And it's going to be a scoop and score for Sigler.
Ruling on the field is a fumble recovered by the defense. Touchdown.
Man, that defense was right on the quarterback the second he did the play fake. It was Sigler, man on the mission, and a 20-yard fumble return for a touchdown.
Initially, I thought Lunch Winfield was going to fight off Nolan Asbury, the defensive end who creates the hit and the strip sack. And then Sigler, who we talked about throughout the first drive, defensively at the tackle position, he's a handful. Johnny on the spot, nice scoop and score.
Harry, this was a player, when you talked to the players, they had Sigler. They knew he was going to be a player here tonight.
Matt, when I asked Lunch, hey, what have you seen out of this defense on tape? He didn't even, give a broad sense of, hey, we got to watch out for X, Y, and Z. He said 94 is the guy that we're going to have to watch out for on Thursday night.
Yeah, and he just saw him up close and personal, too. So how about that? Louisiana finally gets a couple of plays to start the drive, and then 2 plays later, you've got the pressure, you've got the strip, and that is just the ball bouncing your way to Sigler.
Yep, you're going to see 27 come off the edge. Sigler's using his hands, and he goes to chase, and the ball just falls right in front of him. Nice, gets down, gets his little sporks together, scoop, score. Excellent job by Corey Ziegler. I thought Lunch Winfield was going to be able to fight him off for a second, then Asbury throws that right arm right around on the tomahawk chop.
This is a defense. If they feel that they have an advantage on an offensive line, they're going to do it. We saw Troy. Troy's had all kinds of issues up front in that game. They held Troy to 187 yards. Luke's, they had 9 sacks against an offensive line that they were clearly superior than.
Yeah, 9 sacks against Troy and 18 total sacks over the last 4 games right now for Arkansas State on defense. You look at this Arkansas State team, they start off 1-4, they reel off 4 straight wins, and they lose a heartbreaker last week to Southern Miss on this very field. Not because they were outplayed, but because they turned the football over 6 times.
They'd be in the driver's seat in the Sun Belt Championship race in the West Division had they got that win.
Absolutely.
And you're right, they may have outplayed Southern Miss.
Yep, just lost by 6, turned the ball over, and 5 turnovers were in the high red zone.
By the way, what a remarkable job Charles Huff's doing there first year. All right, the receiver catches it at the 10, 25, 30. They'll start with the ball at the 31. Let's go back down to Harry.
Yeah, Matt, you know, one more thing that Lunch told me earlier this week, he said, hey, we understand that this team has something to play for. They want to get to 6 wins. It is senior night. And if they're going to play intense, we have to match their intensity. I can tell you right now, the Arkansas State sideline was already hyped coming into this game. It is especially hyped after that touchdown there, so it's going to be an important offensive possession here for Louisiana coming up.
Probably hyped to know their first fumble return for a touchdown in almost 2 years. And, Lugs, if you get that, if your defensive line comes back to the sidelines and know that they've got the advantage up front, they are licking their chops.
There's chum in the water, and the Sharks are circling.
So Zylan Perry back in the backfield. There's going to be a flag pre-snap again.
Ball start, offense, number 75. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
And it is just out of sorts early for Louisiana.
Caden Moreau, number 75, just slight twitch before the snap there, and once again, another 5 yards back.
That's the third penalty on the offensive line in their 4 possessions. And we are just midway through the first quarter. That's Perry off the right side. Perry's got speed. There goes Perry. He's going to go. However, a flag is on the play. Perry went for 75 yards. And it's going to be on Louisiana.
Holding, offense, number 6. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay, first down.
Lugs, that's your impact player, Shelton Sampson Jr., called for the 5th penalty tonight.
Yeah, he's out there blocking in space, one-on-one versus the defender. You see great blocking at the point of attack, but then right to the outside of Perry, the back, you're going to see Shelton Sampson Jr., and as the defender tries to disengage, to tug away at the jersey, and you've got the back judge with his eyes on it, got the sideline official with their eyes on it.
Right, so you talk about a sloppy start already. That negates a 75-yard touchdown run by Perry. 5th one of the night on the Cajuns. You see DeSomo over there. He's been unhappy since penalty number 1.
Timeout. Louisiana, this is the first timeout of the first half.
And I think he was using every bit of that play clock to just give it to the official and then call the time. I think he wanted his money's worth. So DeSomo, unhappy with his team, unhappy with his officials. We're going to step aside now. A timeout to get things settled. Arkansas State up early.
back here in Jonesboro, and this is what Coach DeSomo on the Louisiana sidelines upset about. And this is a better angle of this block that gets called for a hold, negating a 75-yard touchdown, but it's a good call by the officiating crew. But I got to be honest with you, Matt, I don't think that's the call so much that he's upset about. I think he's really upset that the flags have been really one-sided to this point here in the first quarter.
Yeah, to that end, 5 penalties, 40 yards, none for the other side, and they are just teeing off. I mean, that is just red meat down there for the Wolves as Drew Collins leads the charge, and that's going to be a loss of 3.
Well, they pull Caden Moreau, the left guard, and he just flat whiffs on Drew Collins. He doesn't even block him. Collins runs right by him.
I mean, they're almost stealing handoffs.
Yeah, I mean, this is the get off from Arkansas State, the lack of execution outside of that 75-yard negated touchdown has not been at a high level for Louisiana.
The 4th tackle for loss tonight. They're just trying to get something going as Bill Davis. It's going to bring up another 3rd and long after a gain of 6. Make it 3rd and 15 now.
Well, think about it. You've had a strip sack that was recovered by your own offensive lineman. You've had a strip sack that was recovered and returned for a touchdown by Arkansas State. So how willing are you going to be in the passing game right here to allow your quarterback to sit there in the pocket?
And how comfortable is your quarterback to sit in the pocket? I mean, there's a lot of uncomfortable things going on right now for the Cajuns. 3rd and 15, Perry in the backfield. Lunch has time. Receiver coming off the backside. And Lunch is able to recover it. Yet a defender come up. It was Brian Whitehead. And the ball bounced right back to Lunch Winfield. 3rd fumble of the night. They got 9 yards out of it. But that defender creeped back on the backside, and they were lucky to get that back.
Well, and Cody Ziegler is the one that flushes the pocket. He's here, and then these two here are going to contribute and run to the football. It's like the walls are closing in. You see number 4 right there, Whitehead, work back.
And Torney has been busy, the punter. And that ball is bobbled, and Louisiana hauls right on it. That is Caleb Caboti, and just like that, momentum can change. You are in control, and the punt is fumbled, and Louisiana right place, right time.
Recovered a muff punt, 1st and 10, Louisiana.
How about that?
This Louisiana team, as Aaron Blancas muffs this, and right there, jump on that football, and finally something good happening for Louisiana with tremendous field position. Now let's see if they can execute.
Just given a gift, starting the ball now on the 18-yard line, deep in Arkansas State territory in a quarter where nothing has gone right, and they can take advantage here. Perry off the left side. And Luke's momentum can switch. If you're Louisiana and you've played an absolutely atrocious first quarter, penalties, mishaps, offensive line getting beat up, you muff a punt, you're in business to get points and at least kind of negate some of the bad that's happened.
Well, absolutely, but that's why it's so important here to be at your best in the red zone. You know, the last couple of weeks, they've had 10 red zone trips, 8 touchdowns, but prior to that, this was one of the worst red zone offenses in the Sun Belt. So they've got to continue the trend of the last couple of weeks, as you see there on your screen, at performing better and executing better on a short field.
I mean, the miscues, they gave up the scoop and score. They lost a touchdown, burned an early timeout as Winfield tries to get him back going again, caught by Jaden Johnson. That's going to bring up 3rd down after a gain of 4. Going to bring up 3rd and 3.
And listen, the way you're playing right now, if you're Louisiana, I'm not so sure this isn't 4-down territory. You got to get yourself back into this football game with a touchdown.
That's funny. I was going to say at least get the 3. I mean, let's get something.
They haven't been able to pass their own 30-yard line on offense for the entirety of the first quarter. Now you've got this opportunity here. I'd love to see points on the board. I think a touchdown's critical.
All right, let's see what happens. 3rd and 3. It's Perry. He's going to get the first down and more, and it's going to be 1st and goal at the 2-yard line. Helmet comes off an offensive lineman for Louisiana, so he'll have to go out for a play. That was Broussard, the right guard, but big run by Perry to get Louisiana into business.
Yeah, just a downhill inside zone, and Perry does a nice job seeing that backside cutback lane and then getting north and south and lowering his pads. It's exactly where Louisiana needed to be on this drive.
Perry again, and Perry's going to waltz in for a touchdown. And how's that for an answer out of Louisiana?
Officials, timeout.
That is Cooper Ford in the center. He is only one of 2 players on his offensive line, Luke, that has started every game this season. And for a unit that's banged up, you don't need to lose your center.
Yeah, they've been banged up on the edges. Now they're banged up in the middle. Get a new center in there. You got cadence. You've got the snaps. Got some other mechanics you got to worry about. Andrew Martinez, number 59, would be the backup. Come in and take over for Fordham. Let's hope he's okay.
But what an answer for Louisiana.
Wow.
Costly turnover in a quarter that Arkansas State was absolutely dominating. 2 big runs by Perry, and now it's going to be an extra point away from being 10-7. You can wipe all the bad taste out of your mouth. You see Perry get in some jawing there at the end of the touchdown, but Fordham's able to walk off. I mean, football's a funny game, isn't it?
It's unbelievable. And the margins, Matt, now are so razor thin because of the transactional nature of the sport and roster changeover that everybody's gotten far more competitive.
Tony Sterner on for the extra point. As one-sided as this thing has been to start, we're staring at a 10-6 game. Now 10-7, and if you're Michael DeSormo, you call your team over and say, guys, that's as bad as we've played football all year. It's 10-7.
Yeah.
Let's take a look now at our drive recap, brought to you by Paycom, and it all started with the muffed punt by Aaron Blancas. Kind of ran up on it, went off his pads. And then Zylan Perry, the 2-headed monster at running back, was able to get the big run to make it 1st and goal, and then he takes it in from the 2.
Just outstanding execution. You started to get something going in your offensive line there, which has been plagued by injuries for the entirety of the first quarter. And you're right, Matt, 10-7, you're right back in it. You flush everything behind you and start over. It's a brand new football game. Let's actually see your Coach DeSormo. You're saying, guys, let's just see how we play if we don't screw it up.
And that's a great word, too, flush it out.
Yeah.
I mean, because they come on the road. They look absolutely listless up front. The offensive line's getting penalties. They're getting sacks. They're scooping scores. We've barely seen Jalen Rayner in the Arkansas State offense. And now you just call all the fellas together, say, guys, 10-7 here. We're not even out of the first quarter. We may not get out of the first quarter till 9 p.m. It's Chauncey Cobb on the run. It's good special teams there to corral him just after the 25-yard line. And it was chippy after the touchdown, and I'm not so sure that didn't ignite something, as again, both teams have to be pulled apart. A reminder, Louisiana got in a scuffle the last time. That cost them 7 guys tonight.
Yeah, 7 players. Unbelievable.
Women's college basketball, USC at Notre Dame, Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. We're on the full sports calendar now. Men's college basketball, great one last night between UConn and Arizona. The women are going to be playing as well, coming up tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Eastern. So now Kenyon Clay checks in for the first time tonight. Again, he is good out of the backfield, basically acts as another receiver, but he'll play his true position right there on 1st down and trucks a guy, and the ball came out. He fumbled the ball after lowering his shoulder. Morion Eliam caused the fumble, and just like that, here come those Cajuns.
It was a fumble by the offense, recovered by the defense. 1st and 10.
I mean, this is unbelievable.
This is now 7 turnovers by Arkansas State in a week and 1 quarter. Eliam dislodges the ball. A lot of white jerseys by the football, but now you've got a muff punt turnover in the red area. Opening play of this drive, another turnover. And where did all the negativity go for Louisiana? What a complete and utter momentum shift and a lack of execution suddenly from Arkansas State.
First quarter alone, we've seen the ball hit the turf 5 times, 3 of them lost. Already 7 points off turnovers for each team. So quick change for Lunch and crew. It's going to be Arkansas's defense that tries to make a stand here. Bill Davis brought down after 3. Luke, you mentioned it. The turnovers have been an issue for Butch Jones and his team.
Well, yeah, and that's just in conference play. On the season overall, -6. And in a position to, they'd like to finish 7-5, go bowling. Certainly talented enough to do it, but you can't have drive killers, and you can't give the ball to the other team.
Designed run for Winfield. He pops it out to the left side. That's going to be a first down for Louisiana. Kyle Taylor brings him down, and that was a gain of 10. I feel like we've played an entire first half of football. We got 2.5 left in the first.
Well, we've got 2 entirely different teams here, I'll tell you that.
And now we have tempo. That was Bill Davis. So now the coaching switches over to the Arkansas State side where Butch Jones just tells the guys, hey, settle down.
Yeah. Just settle down and don't worry about what's happened that you can't control. You can't control what's happened in the kicking game. You couldn't control what just happened on that last offensive play. Get us off the field here and force 3.
Winfield to throw, and that's a good coverage tackle out there. Robertson caught it. Trenton Allen Yao right there after 2.
Force a 3rd down, tackle the ball, keep it in front of you by Yao there. And again, if you're Arkansas State, just get off the field here, force an attempt for 3, bail out your offense, live to play the next series.
Pressure. Winfield escapes it, does a good job of it, has a first down and more. That is Lunch Winfield in a nutshell, and what he's been able to do since taking over as starting quarterback. Felt the pressure, was able to get out of the pocket, picks up 15, and now we're 1st and goal for Louisiana.
Well, they bring DeMarcus Hendricks on an inside stunt, and he pressures Lunch Winfield to step up, take the front door, and then it's the legs for the rest as he outruns Ethan Hassler.
Davis met immediately. Taylor led the way. No gain. And play clock and game clock about synced up. Weird things happen on Thursday nights. And this is as weird as it gets when you look at how this game started. And keep an eye on Lunch Winfield limping a bit after that run. Is Davis in the backfield, 2nd and goal. And Davis is going to keep it and try to get his way in, and they are having enough of it, especially Cody Sigler. Protecting the goal line, and that'll be it for the first quarter. We've seen a scoop and score. We've seen 5 fumbles. We've seen 3 of them lost. 2 teams trying to play for their postseason life with 2 weeks of the regular season left. I don't know what the second quarter is going to do for an encore, but that was interesting. 10-7, Arkansas State, Louisiana, goal to go when we return to Jonesboro.
Welcome back to Jonesboro, where Arkansas State leads Louisiana 10-7. Coach, some highs and lows in that quarter. What do you need to see out of your guys in the remainder of the half?
Well, we need to handle sudden change right here, but back-to-back turnovers. Football is a game of momentum. We have control of the momentum, then we turn the ball over on punt return, and then we come back and turn the ball over on offense. So complimentary football. This is a 4-point play coming up here, and we got to do a good job of railing, but just stay the course, keep playing to a standard, and everything will be fine.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Boy, Butch knows how to answer those questions, doesn't he? Great detail with what they need to do now. 3rd and goal, start of the second quarter. Tom Luganville, Matt Berry, Harry Lyles with you on a Thursday night. We have 2 games remaining in our Thursday night season. That's Davis in the backfield, 3rd and goal. Winfield to throw. He's going to take it, and he's going to be brought down. It looked like just shy. Oh, they're going to give him the touchdown. It looked like the defense was able to corral him short of the goal line, but Lunch Winfield's able to sneak his way in there, and they've grabbed the lead to start the second quarter, 14-10.
Well, Cody Ziegler, 94, who we've called on a lot tonight, he takes him and he twists him around, and I think he twists him on top of his own body, and he does there. I think that's a good call by the officials. As Lunch Winfield holds onto the football but gets twisted up with Ziegler. It really falls on Ziegler as he's falling over the goal line.
Tackled him forward. The only question is that left elbow down before the ball crosses the plane?
The ruling on the field is a touchdown. The previous play is under video review.
All right, so they are going to take a look at this. All right, so this one's going to go to the truck. Our rules analyst back with us, as he's been every week. Jerry McGinn hanging out with us. I'm going to bring in Jerry for the first time tonight. I think, Jerry, the only real thing to have a look at, as I mentioned, is that left elbow before he reaches the ball over.
Exactly, Matt. That left elbow is down, and it appears that the ball did not cross the goal line, but unfortunately we don't have an opposite shot from the other angle. And the official on the other side, on that side, he actually rules touchdown. So the replay will not have, absolute video evidence to overturn it. So I think they're going to leave it stand.
Yeah, just because it was called as a touchdown. And let's see what they come back with, depending on what angle they look at.
Yeah, whatever angle they look at. I mean, but it looks as if that left elbow was down prior to the ball. Let's see what they rule.
Yeah, and if it's that open angle.
The runner was short of the goal line.
Yep.
The ball be placed at the half-yard line.
The problem is they don't see the ball.
Thank you.
So I'm surprised they went with the touchdown.
So you're right, Jerry, that other side, but that left elbow you could see down, so it's going to be 4th and goal. And they're going to play this one again. But you see, you're right, Ziegler just pulled him through. Elbow, the elbow isn't in debate. It's where the ball was when the elbow hit, but they said they saw enough to overturn the touchdown.
Yeah, I agree.
Now it's going to be 4th and goal.
I agree with Jerry. I don't know if there was a definitive angle to overturn that call.
So it's Perry in the backfield. Winfield in the shotgun. Lunch going to keep it. No drama there. He's able to waltz in for the touchdown, and now 14 points off turnovers for Louisiana to start the second quarter, and they've taken the lead 14-10.
And they look like an entirely different offense. Now, given they've had short fields, they had horrible field position to start the first quarter, constantly in 2nd and 3rd and long. But now, all of a sudden, no penalties in the offensive line. They're running the football at will. They're sustaining drives. Looks like an entirely different football team.
Give them credit for the onslaught that started against them.
Oh, yeah.
You heard Harry's report in the first quarter talking about how fired up the Arkansas State sideline had been from kickoff. We talked about the red meat on the defensive line of the ball, and right now they took the red meat, they gave it back to him, said put it back in the cooler. And they've scored 2 touchdowns in the last 3 minutes and 56 seconds. And no red zone problems tonight, Luke.
Yep. And again, that's the last 3 games. Now, prior to that, it had not been a good football team when they crossed the 20-25 yard line, but Michael DeSomo right there, the head coach at Louisiana, has got to be proud of the resilience and the ability for this team to move on to the next play.
I'm talking to him pregame down on the field. He said, it's been a good group of guys to coach. We've had a lot of things not go our way this season. They just keep coming back to work.
And so far, of the 7 suspensions because of the brawl last week versus Texas Tech, none of the reserves, nothing has reared its ugly head in any type of negative fashion on defense.
But it really hasn't even been in play yet because of the time of possession. You're looking at time of possession. They've only run 8 plays as Arkansas State.
That's the best way to protect your guys.
Yeah, we haven't even really seen the secondary yet. They 1 first down tonight. So 8 plays, 1 first down. Time of possession, 2:34 for Arkansas State. Is Cobb to receive the kick in the end zone. And he is hit hard at the 15 as we take a look at tonight's game flow brought to you by Progressive. And it's really simple, Luke. It's a simple formula early on. Turnover, touchdown, and 14 unanswered points.
Yeah, let's not overcomplicate this game. And when you get the ball inside the red zone to start off 2 consecutive drives, and then you don't hurt yourself. You don't penalize yourself with pre-snap penalties like we saw in the first half of the first quarter for Louisiana. And now all the confidence, all the momentum is on the visitor side.
But I'm not going to lie to the viewer here. I am kind of anxious to see this Arkansas State offense go for a spin with the quarterback and the receiver. They're high potent. Can they get something going? Just get it out to the outside to Rucker. He had the 1 big play in the first quarter for 28 yards. This is going to be for 8.
You look at those defenders in the back end for Louisiana. They are tugging and trying to strip that ball out. They're sniffing it right now.
That's the give on 2nd down to Spencer. And that's a good run for Spencer. Going to move the chains for Arkansas State and a gain of 10. So we talked about drive starters earlier for Louisiana. This Arkansas State team just had the ball for over 2.5 minutes. Here they're starting their drive now. Is Rayner to throw. Takes what the defense gives him. That was Spencer and a gain of 9.
Well, I just love that right there. I just love the quarterback's ability to not get greedy, work right down to the check down, dump it off, and let your skill guys do the rest.
Another quick out. So now they're going quick possession. That's Jalen Benelli and a gain of 5 and a first down after Benelli moves the chains. Brent Gordon forces him out. Rayner over the middle. Receiver broke free. That was Tyler Little. The tight end got behind the linebackers, and he wasn't able to take advantage.
Yeah, Jalen Rayner, he had Terrence Williams, number 6, the weak side linebacker, matched up, and he shoves him. And Jalen Rayner just throws that ball slightly to the inside. If he could have just stuck it on Tyler Little, that's a completion.
Rayner to throw again, tucks it immediately, had to be designed for Jalen Rayner, and he takes advantage of it. Good play call there. Saxton and Benelli key the block and a gain of 15.
Really good play call. Force that defense to defend Jalen Rayner's legs, and they might have got away with a hold there by number 50, Will Saxton, up front. That call's missed, and a huge gain for a fresh set of downs.
Rayner to throw quickly again, and they found something over the middle of the field, and that's Rucker. Look at Rucker go. Boy, is he fun to watch play the receiver position. He takes advantage of Stephen Rennell, the young freshman, along with Lake Bates, another true freshman. That's a gain of 17. Spencer bouncing around. He's brought down to the backfield. But Luke, for the first time tonight, we're kind of seeing what this offense can do when given the opportunity to call a couple plays and get into momentum.
And their pace is lightning fast right now. They get a first down, they get any type of significant yardage, they are on the ball immediately.
If you like tempo, watch Thursdays.
We see it every week.
Every week. 9th play of the drive. That's Spencer off the right side. That is good recognition by Louisiana. Those linebackers and defensive linemen were all over that. You saw them shift pre-snap to the left, and they ran right into it. And Devin Spencer, led by Jordan Lawson, back-to-back TFLs for this defense.
Jordan Lawson does a great job of keeping his outside arm free, playing off the block and running to the football. Great closing speed on the running back, and Devin Spencer, who's a 5'10", 185-pound back, going against a 243-pound defensive end, and he gets run down.
So Cedric Hawkins in the backfield for the first time tonight. Rayner, screen set up over the middle. Good play call, but the defense was there. Tyler Fortenberry all over it. Lake Bates, the freshman, after 2. And they're going to trot out Jackson Waller for a field goal attempt.
Boy, Lake Bates does a good job, doesn't commit any eye violations with some of the backfield action. He just tracks the guy he's responsible for. And if he doesn't make that tackle, number 19's off to the races.
That's one of the true freshmen playing tonight. Former walk-on, redshirt freshman rather, but because of the fight in the secondary picked over as Clune Van Andel on for the 41-yard attempt. Career long is 53 yards. Van Andel, boy, that is right down the sticks. That's a weapon when you got a kicker that can put him through like that. So Arkansas State able to get some points, still down 1 here, second quarter in Jonesboro. You're watching ESPN College Football Prime Time, presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Right now, 1-point game, Louisiana on top in a competitive Sun Belt this year. We talked about Arkansas State losing last week to Southern Miss, which was huge in the grand scheme of things in the West, because right now it's JMU and everybody else.
Yep. Just competitive balance. I talked about those razor-thin margins now that we're seeing all across college football, but particularly at the Group of 5 level. These teams are so similar to each other week in and week out. Depth, injuries, quarterback play are critical. It's just an eyelash difference between these groups.
Having said that, we've seen everything can happen this season. So Arkansas State still an opportunity, a long shot to get into the Sun Belt Championship, but it certainly is not off the table as Darrell Smith. The flag's going to be down. That's going to be a procedure penalty on the kick.
Kicking team. The football be placed at the 35-yard line, 1st and 10.
Let's check in with Harry.
Yeah, Matt, you talked earlier about the injuries to this offensive line. We've got one more for you. Right guard number 79, Mackie Melo. He is in a walking boot. He hurt himself earlier in the first quarter, so another injury to this offensive line. And obviously, we also saw Cooper Fordham go out as well. Still waiting to see an update on his injury as well, guys.
Yeah, Harry, we're going to keep an eye on the offense as it comes out to see if number 50 comes out, the starting center with the Louisiana offense. But you were right. I mean, this offensive line depth, and it's not going to be Fordham. It's going to be Andrew Martinez, the backup center. So now you are really eating into depth at a position, Lugs, quite frankly, they just don't have it.
Nope. Got to get in rhythm with the cadence. Keep an eye on these snaps.
Play fake on 1st down. There's that defensive line pressure, but Lunch Winfield, he turned a loss of about 5 into a gain of 4. Sigler was there. He broke the tackle.
You watch the Muppets?
The Muppets?
The Muppets.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Cody Ziegler is animal.
Oh, yeah.
He is an absolute handful.
The guy that plays the drums and just yells.
Yeah.
Quarterback.
Yeah, exactly. Big number 94 has been like an amoeba tonight. He's everywhere at once.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I would like you to know the Muppets was used as a football reference on Thursday Night College Football. If you don't like Industry Night, we can't help you.
There he is again.
How about Lunch Winfield? He's still not down. That is one-man effort there out of the quarterback, Lunch Winfield, in a gain of 22. Look at that sideline to Louisiana. Their quarterback just did it all himself.
He's doing it all himself, and yeah, number 0, the corner, misses the initial tackle, but then it's just a bunch of guys in black jerseys throwing their bodies around, but nobody is formed tackling the ball carrier in Lunch Winfield, and he has been the difference here in the latter part of the first quarter and the early part of the second with his legs.
9 carries, 35 yards in the touchdown. Back at Arkansas State territory. Winfield going to try to do it with his arm. Again, forced off his spot and just has to throw that one away. DeMarcus Hendricks, the pressure, along with Ian Hassler. And they are going to throw the flag for grounding.
Intentional grounding. Offense. This is a spot foul with a loss of down. There was no receiver in the area.
Now DeSomo's over there. Former quarterback, you know he's not going to like that to begin with, but the receiver that they may have argued was in the way of the throw is already too far downfield.
Way too far downfield, and it looked like Winfield was going to leave the pocket, but then he stepped back in, so you can't say he's outside, and the ball goes out of bounds. He backs up right there, and he's within the tackle box.
That is a loss of 14.
Wow. And again, the first negative play that this offense has had since Arkansas State's turnover flurry.
Smith remains in the backfield. A play fake. Has a man wide open. That is Shelton Sampson Jr. That was a good throw. And Lugs, your impact player, picks up 23 yards, and now it's going to be 3rd and 1.
This is a really good timing throw. This ball's got to be completed between 17 and 22 yards. Over linebacker level, prior to the safety level, and Sampson uses that big, huge 6'4" frame, goes up and grabs it.
Flag down pre-snap. Free play on the way. Winfield up top. Incomplete, and there's 2 flags down, both of these on the defense. So Whitehead's likely the guilty party for jumping early.
And then I think they're discussing
the matchup on the play. Offsides, defense, that penalty is declined. Pass interference, defense, 15 yards from the previous spot, automatic, first down.
They're going to get this on Trenton Allen Yao, number 0. The corner matched up versus Shelton Sampson, who they're trying to get the ball to. I like them taking a shot, knowing they got a penalty. And this is just a double arm bar. You see them both stiff arming each other. But he grabs that upper shoulder pad right there of Shelton Sampson.
That's a play that doesn't go in the stat sheet, but when a quarterback has the awareness on a free play to take advantage of one-on-one coverage to try to draw that penalty, and they get that, negating the 5 and getting the 15, and now they're in business again in the red area.
2nd and 14 to 1st and 10.
2nd and 24.
Yeah.
I mean, they took the 14-yard loss after the intentional grounding. That's a loss of 1. Hendricks on Smith.
Now we'll see if they can keep this red zone streak of execution going. 2 red zone trips, 2 touchdowns tonight for Louisiana.
6 tackle for loss. And an aggressive defense, but right now the scoreboard favoring Louisiana after the onslaught start for Arkansas State. Winfield to throw, has time, has a man, end zone, incomplete. Sampson Jr. forced out by McGee. He had it.
Wow, what just a spectacular play on the ball while elevated. And then McGee, the defender, just drives him out of bounds despite the catch. But what a fantastic reception. You've run out of real estate there in the corner of the end zone.
We got 6 on 6. Social media really wanted to be 6 on 7.
That's right. I still can't figure it out.
I can't either. The kids will tell you, by the way, it means nothing.
It does mean nothing. That's why I'm so irritated by it.
Well, it's brain rot. It's with the youth of America. Play fake for lunch. Brought down. That is Whitehead who got the sack. And a loss of 7. So after a 15-yard penalty that put Louisiana in business, it's that Red Wolves defense that gets the sack to force the field goal attempt.
When it's Brian Whitehead, who we've talked about an awful lot tonight from his defensive end position on the right side, puts Jax Harrington, number 70, the right tackle, on skates.
I mean, he did.
Wow. And now you put yourself in a much more difficult field goal attempt.
Tony Sterner, the lefty, on for 41. How about the college kickers tonight? Right down the middle from 41. So 17-13 after the field goal. It's a back and forth game on some Thursday night football on ESPN. 13. The Raging Cajuns, as you look now at the group of 5. Check out Memphis through week 7. This is the playoff percentage to reach the college football playoff. Memphis was out to the early lead. Then it was South Florida. Then it was North Texas. Then JMU gets into the mix. Memphis, which started at 43, went down to 0. And it's now JMU, North Texas. Tulane's going to have something to say about it. This group of 5 playoff to the finish in the final 2 weeks of the regular season is going to be something else.
Who wants it? We've got Navy on the road at Memphis next week in our last Thursday night game.
I mean, going into last Saturday, South Florida, driver's seat.
Absolutely.
We'd seen them twice. They looked dominant every time we saw them. They go up to the Naval Academy. Blake Horvath. Boy, he's a football player.
He's going to be fun to watch.
That's the kind of guy I love defending my country, by the way.
That's right.
Chauncey Cobb, 10, 20, 30. Cobb, 40. Cobb's got one man to beat. Cobb's going to go! No flags! Touchdown! He had a 98-yard kick return at Arkansas in week 2. Lugs make that the second for the season.
All 5'6" of him streaking down the sideline. And the key component to this is he doesn't dance, he doesn't hesitate, he hits the crease, and once he gets to the sideline, shows the wherewithal to stay in bounds, turns on the jets. And what about our 10th momentum shift here of the first half?
The momentum literally changes every possession.
It does.
God, I love Thursday night football. Clune Van Andel on for the extra point. Arkansas State, 2 touchdowns tonight. None of them scored by the offense. That seems normal. So midway through the second quarter, if entertaining football in college is your tipple, you're in luck. We've got special teams touchdowns, defensive touchdowns, offensive touchdowns. We've got some Sun Belt. It's so fun midway through the second quarter. Here in the first half, Tom Luganville, Matt Berry, Harry Lyles with you as Arkansas State grabs the lead back 20-17 after the 93-yard kick return.
And my neck's getting sore.
Right?
Right to left, right to left.
Every sideline exchanges turns, getting fired up. Both teams playing to keep their postseason hopes alive. Arkansas State a win, and they're in bowl season. They've still got outside aspirations for Sun Belt Championship. As Norris, he's going to try to get one back from his 2. Slowed up there, but keeps his feet. Norris to the 40. Norris to the 50. Makes a man miss. Wow. And now we've got WWE moves. We've got kick returns, and now we're doing the DDP after a 65-yarder. This game is amazing. They're playing the WWE music in the stadium. Wow. That was Kyle Williams. They played John Cena's music. Got some Stone Cold Stunner in that, which, by the way, WWE exclusively on ESPN Plus for the big events.
And here we go again.
Is this the high point of Thursday Night Football this year? That's Perry off the right side. What do you got, Hare?
Update on the offensive line depth here for Louisiana. Told you Mackie Melo is out for this game. He's in that walking boot. Cooper Fordham, we saw him get hurt earlier, their starting center. He walked off the field and into the locker room with his right knee brace in his hand. He was in the tent for quite a while, guys, so not sure if we'll be seeing him again tonight.
Yeah, now it's Andrew Martinez at the center spot. And Harry, you're right, that has been a theme during this game. The offensive line depth and lack thereof, and it's going to be a quick 3rd down now for Louisiana. That was Perry for no gain.
Yeah, and Matt, I'm sure you'll be shocked to hear that number 94, Cody Ziegler, has made the tackle on the last 2 plays.
This kid's everywhere.
He is everywhere. And all he does, he plays with 93 octane motor, never slows down.
You see him shaking that left hand. I'm guessing a hand is not going to be what brings Ziegler out of this game. He's got 5 tackles and a touchdown. 3rd and 6. Lunch. Again forced off his spot. Does have space to run. He's going to do that. And he is just a completely different player for this offense when he's using his feet. That's a 1st down after a gain of 7. Alexander and Hassler move him out. We talked about Walker Howard, the former 5-star.
Yep.
He throws a pretty football, but doesn't add this element that Lunch has given this team since he took over as starter.
Well, that's exactly right. And that time, Arkansas State lost the edge as, again, Cody Ziegler pushes the pocket, forces Winfield out. And it's been his legs, as you've mentioned, that have been the difference. When you've got to defend all 11 players on offense because the quarterback's not going to be stationary, it puts so much pressure on you.
Winfield, quick shot to the left. And a pack of wolves gets Robert Williams. Joe Drew, the true freshman, was the first one there.
Joe Drew's played really good football. He's been playing for the injured Brandon Greil, number 15, who had come into last week's game with 52 tackles.
He's one of Butch Jones's favorite players. Got the opportunity because of an injury. He stepped up. He wasn't recruited. They found him, and now he's here playing some big-time football for him. 4th red zone trip of the night. Winfield rolls out to his right, keeps his eyes downfield, has a receiver. And that is Jensen, who's going to bring it down to the 2-yard line after a gain of 16.
Really good patience by Lunch Winfield here because he could have thrown this ball out to the flat immediately, had a nice little pitch and catch, and now we got some tempo here on the 2-yard line.
Winfield pulls it, has the corner, and wouldn't you know it, we have another touchdown and momentum back with the other team. Lunch got a handshake in with the state trooper over there. Better than the state trooper we saw at Texas A&M.
I was just going to say it.
At least this guy's shaking hands and not bowing up to players in a tunnel. Four trips to the red zone, 3 touchdowns, and a field goal. What a game.
Boy, Lunch Winfield has just gotten hot. Everything is clicking. Run game, pass game. I love how they're moving the pocket with him, changing the launch point, stressing the perimeter and the edges of the defense.
Every time a team grabs it, the other comes back and takes it away. And this time, Winfield, who you said great first half, continues to show out.
We're all friends around here.
Look at this. Hello, sir. Thank you for your service.
I don't think he knew what to do. Oh, he wouldn't look at him, though.
That's fine. At least, again, I present you the proper way to handle a collegiate football player if you're a man or woman in a first responder's uniform.
Butch Jones is livid on the sideline.
And by the way, only in college football is a state trooper and a football player's storyline. He's getting text.
Oh, he's getting blown up right now.
Blown up. Look at him. Dude, why'd you shake his hand? That's the opponent. Jason Greenberg all over him.
Producer extraordinaire.
Chauncey Cobb just brought one back. He's going to have another look at it. He's going to go to that same left sideline. He's not returning that one for a touchdown. Week 12 of the NFL season. Countdown crew gets you started 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN. Injury updates, previews, and more. And then Monday Night Football, Christian McCaffrey and the 49ers, Osrico Dowdle and the Panthers, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific. ESPN Deportes and the all-new ESPN app. Coverage kicks off NFL Live 3 Eastern, then Scott Van Pelt.
Hey, Harry, go get your inner tube, please.
You know, I should. I guess, you know, while I have you guys, I do have an injury update. Cody Sigler asked, hey, man, how did the milk taste? Are you okay? I said, I'm fine. How are you? He's doing okay. He was getting his left wrist retaped down here, guys, so everybody's good down here.
Rayner, not good there, forced out of the pocket, but that was a good throw. What an individual effort by Tyler Fortenberry. Rayner was forced out of the pocket, threw it to the right side of the field. Fortenberry 101, he comes back to the ball, and that's what created the space.
Absolutely. Your deep guy comes back. Your short guys go deep on the scramble drill. It's a huge completion, get you out of trouble. And plus territory now.
So Spencer, after 4, Duggar brings him down, the team's leading tackler. It is not lost on us that we have yet to explain why Harry was asked about tasting milk. We'll get to that in a moment. Right up the middle, missed tackle. Spencer takes advantage. So Harry was just asked about milk a moment ago. Today on SportsCenter on campus, he drank warm, unpasteurized milk from the mother of this baby cow. It was yellow. It was warm temperature.
Sticky.
You are a sicko.
And apparently Sigler saw it. Yeah. And Harry, we do apologize for not doing a wellness check on you earlier today. We were busy with another sports center.
Hey, still here though, right? Still kicking. For now.
An iron constitution.
That's right.
Timeout.
My gosh. You know what? If you are going to drink milk, that's milk in its purest form.
If you say so.
And some would argue this is college football in its purest form. 2-minute timeout. No, that's been pasteurized. Yeah, how about one piece of this coaching carousel settled? James Franklin, the new head coach at Virginia Tech. But back to this fun Sun Belt game first before we get to the fellas in studio at the half. 3rd and 2. Rayner all the way, spun around it at first, Lugs. It looked like him dancing was going to cost him the first down, but he was able to spin out of it and get enough to move the chains.
Yeah, really good job falling forward there. Fresh set it down, plenty of time.
Rayner, that is a good cut to feel that pressure and get something out of a closing pocket. And everything over there on that sideline was clean. I know the fans want one, but he fell after he was taken out of bounds as Lawson chased him out. That's going to be a gain of 3.
He gets out of bounds, the clock stops. You still got 3 timeouts left.
Quick shot over the middle, dropped. Benelli had it right on his chest, couldn't come up with it. Now it's 3rd down. He beat Brent Gordon to the inside. And those count as self-inflicted wounds when we look at this first half of mistakes.
Absolutely. Instead of a fresh set of downs right here, you're sitting here looking at 3rd and 7 now.
Rayner again, forced out, drops the ball right on his receiver, Benelli, who just dropped the last one. Brent Gordon, I mean, he was all over his back the second he caught it. And it's going to be 4th and 3.
There's no hesitation here. See if Butch Jones decides to call a timeout.
Analytics says kick.
On the previous play, the defensive team helmet came off while the clock was running under the 2-minute timeout. This would require a 10-second runoff. Arkansas State has declined a 10-second runoff. The clock would start on the snap.
All right, so an explanation of how and why the clock stopped. So it's running now again, 4th and 3. Arkansas State going for it. Remember, they won the toss and deferred, so they could get a 2-for-1 here if played right. On 4th down, a receiver was wide open for a touchdown. Nonetheless, Corey Rucker gets the first down after a gain of 8. But boy, he had a guy streaking down the sidelines. It was Spencer out of the backfield.
Yeah, it was his running back, Devin Spencer, but then Corey Rucker's coming across on the drive route underneath. Checks it right down, gets a fresh set of downs, but you're right, a missed opportunity for a touchdown.
Can Rayner take advantage of it again? Came pocket over the middle, it's Rucker again. You were never wrong going to Corey Rucker. Even though a touchdown was left on the board, that is 14. Jalen Clark brings him down. Rucker, a big first half. And that's going to be a timeout. Rucker, 5 catches, 76 yards.
Timeout. Louisiana. This is their second timeout of the first half, 30 seconds.
And he's down on the turf, the star receiver who came in leading all of FBS with career yards of over 3,700. So Rucker, a big first half. 5 catches, 75 yards. With that, welcome back into the booth. Tom Luganbill and Matt Barry.
Please set the
You
game
talk
clock to
about
1:11.
entertaining first half. Yeah. I mean, this game's had a little bit of everything.
Well, it really has. It's been back and forth. Nobody's been able to make that big play to stop the onslaught for the other team. But, man, I'll tell you what, you got some playmakers out here. This is Corey Rucker. He is an absolute difference maker. Shelton Sampson's made plays as well. And the two quarterbacks have played their best football here in the second quarter. Something's got to give. Somebody's going to have to make a play defensively.
All right, so Rucker's going to be... He's been taking shots. He's been taking some of those passes over the middle. The 10th play of the drive is he's going to get looked at the sidelines again. Arkansas State starts with the ball. Could be a huge momentum swing here. Is Rayner over the middle. Again, work in the middle. Dropped short is Hunter Summers. So it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line. Tempo, Spencer, touchdown, Arkansas State. And Luganville, how big is that starting the third quarter with the ball? If they can get a stop here in the final 53 seconds of the first half, this could be that momentum swing one team was looking to break serve.
Well, it's absolutely huge to get those points there. And to be honest with you, Coach DeSomo on the opposite sideline for Louisiana, calling that timeout was critical because it allowed you to have some time to have a response here. So now it's up to Arkansas State to get off the field on defense, get in the locker room, and have a potential 14-point swing.
That's the 4th lead change of the night, 3rd in the last 5 minutes. Is Van Andel on for the extra point. .51 first half points.
You know, you go back to the interview that Harry had with Butch Jones, and when he said, hey, we just got to calm down, stay the course, and we'll be just fine. And his team has taken on that approach. As you see how fired up Coach Butch Jones is. And look at tonight, offensive, defensive, special teams, touchdowns. But again, as I said earlier, somebody's going to have to come up with a big play that results in points or results in a field position shift, because right now this is a track meet.
Butch Jones is so happy he could say all 3 phases.
Oh, absolutely.
He is really, really happy. He could say, well, we've scored in all 3 phases.
Complimentary football.
And he's probably not happy with some of the mental lapses in the first half. But as far as entertainment value, it's been a back-and-forth game for a team in Louisiana, 4-6. They got to win out to go to an 8th consecutive bowl game. Arkansas State still an outside shot at a Sun Belt Championship game appearance. They're going to need to win out and get some help. But again, a defensive stop here is paramount if you want to take advantage of getting the possession to start the third quarter.
There's no question about it. Expect this pass rush for Arkansas State, which is the best portion of their defense, to ramp things up, but they got to be careful of Lunch Winfield's legs.
Louisiana just the 1 timeout remaining. That's just a little pooch kick there to the 25-yard line, so essentially a touchback. A clean, fair catch. It was Brock Chappell. So how are you calling this offense here if you're DeSomo?
Listen, you called the timeout to have enough time to work the clock, right? So you wouldn't have called that timeout if you didn't have a plan to go attack it right here. And so you're sitting there still with 1 timeout left. Plenty of time. Got to have some urgency. But let's see how disciplined Arkansas State is in response to Lunch Winfield's legs. Because if he doesn't like it, we've seen him flush tonight. We've seen him get out on the perimeter, get positive yardage. But you got to worry about the late throw downfield if he's on the move.
Yeah, minus this. If you take out the sack yardage, Winfield's having a hell of a night on the ground here in the first half. But he's going to throw. You talk about the pressure, and it's been there all night long. Chris Bodie there, the first one.
Yeah, Chris Bodie makes the tackle. Once again, Cody Ziegler collapses the pocket over the left guard, pushes him into the back of Winfield, forces Winfield out, and then you make the tackle with lane integrity.
So a loss of 3. That is the 5th sack already tonight. We mentioned 18 sacks in the last 4 games, trying to get something out of Bill Davis out of the backfield. Chased out by Joe Drew. So 19 seconds left, still the one timeout, and a 3rd and 5. I mean, what you don't want to do is give Arkansas State the ball back with any kind of time and 3 timeouts with what we've seen tonight.
Absolutely not. You got to be really careful with ball security, particularly in the pocket if you get any type of rush in your lunch Winfield.
In this game, anything's possible. As you see Winfield to the outside, and that is a good open field tackle by Avante Dickerson on Robert Williams.
And they're going to call him short, Matt.
And it looks as if they're going to let the clock wind down to halftime. Probably the wise move there.
That's the end of the first half.
That's as entertaining as Thursday night football can get in the first half. We've seen a touchdown of every kind. And Arkansas State gets the ball to start the 3rd quarter, up 27-24. Come back for the second half as we go to Kevin Connors, Sam Acho, E.J. Manuel in the studio. Take it away, fellas. presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance. 27-24, Arkansas State up on Louisiana. Arkansas State trying to get back to a bowl game. Same for Louisiana. They need to win out. Tom Lugabill and Matt Berry. Look, we've seen some weird stuff this Thursday night season, but I don't think we've seen anything like we saw in that first half of football, Lugs, where each team back and forth, momentum changing, especially Louisiana when they came out flat in the first quarter. But here we are, just a 3-point game.
Yeah, we're a 3-point game, and something's got to happen on defense. This opening drive is so critical for both teams because you have the opportunity for Arkansas State to have a 14-point swing, but Louisiana's got to get off the field on defense. Somebody on defense for both of these teams needs to make a field position changing play or a turnover.
And remember, they started down 10-0, scored 14 unanswered points in Louisiana. So even if they go up 10, based on what we saw in the first half, this thing is just going to be exactly what we thought it might be, which is an entertaining game. I don't know if we thought it was going to be this entertaining with the back and forth.
Yeah, you see the strip sack right here, forces a fumble, and Cody Ziegler, the defensive tackle, scoop and score for the thick six. And then you got the punt, you muff the punt, reception gives some field position there for Louisiana, and then another turnover on the very next series. Then you follow it up with the kickoff return, in which our guy Chauncey Cobb reaches almost 21 miles an hour. And it has just been back and forth. Offense, defense, kicking game, scores aplenty.
And Butch Jones, they won the toss, elected to defer. So how big is that, scoring just before the half? And it'll be Jalen Rayner in that offense to begin the third quarter. The kick at the 10. Takes it across the 30-yard line. Cobb, you just saw him a moment ago at the 93-yard kick return as we send it down to Harry.
Guys caught up with Louisiana head coach Mike Desormeaux coming out of the locker room. He told me that his team is going to have to control the way that they play in the second half, the same way that they played in the second quarter. He said we recovered well from what was a tough first quarter. He said that they're going to have to protect the football and play mistake-free given their line depth issues. I asked him if Cooper Fordham, their starting center, was coming back. He said he's going to try, but not sure if we are going to see him again in this game, guys.
Yeah, Harry, good stuff. We've talked about the offensive line depth tonight. We'll see how that plays into a second half where the defensive line for the Red Wolves has been all over the place. But first, their offense to start the third quarter. Devin Spencer in the backfield. Rucker banged up, but back on the field as well. The good side for them is Rayner's going to take a shot on first down, incomplete. They went for the shot to Summers, covered by Brent Gordon Jr. Again, there's a lot of players out tonight in the secondary because of suspensions from a fight, and that's a freshman, Brent Gordon Jr. on Summers.
Yeah, nice position, in phase, turns around to locate the ball. Summers almost comes over his back, over the shoulder to make the catch, and Arkansas State coming out of the gate aggressive.
Yeah, wanted to go for a big one early. Rayner going to go deep again. That's to Rucker, and he overthrows Rucker a touch. Perhaps Seven should have caught that one. So 2 plays, 2 shots at man coverage, 2 incompletions.
Now leads this offense at 3rd and 10. You hear coaches talk about that middle 8, the last 4 minutes of the first half, first 4 minutes of the second half. Arkansas State won the first portion of that, trying to get a fresh set of downs here, but 3rd and long upcoming.
And what a stop this would be for the Cajuns coming out of the locker room. Rayner, he's got room if he wants it, but that closes quickly. And what a stop for Louisiana to begin the third quarter. That was Jalen Kreider. Lugs, just how you draw it up if you're the defense, not how you draw it up if you come out of the locker room and you're Arkansas State.
No, and like we said, for Louisiana, somebody's got to make a play. You got to get off the field here to try to shift this momentum back to your sideline coming out of the locker room.
So Jackson Waller to punt. We liked a lot of that clock going down as Robert Williams. Look at this roll. I mean, a bounce and a roll to about the 5-yard line and a 62-yard punt. But the question now for Lunch Winfield, who, by the way, on the ground, lost 28 yards of sack yardage.
Yep.
He'd have 47 yards without it.
Well, in the second quarter alone, he had 69 yards rushing, so that's minus that sack yardage right there.
illegally touch the football, the ball be placed at the spot of illegal touching. 1st and 10.
Oh, wow. That's a big difference in field position here, Matt.
Absolutely. That went from the 5-yard line to the 25-yard line. So that's a 20-yard difference for Lunch Winfield in this offense to see if they can't get back into the lead on their opening possession. That's Perry off the left side. And a gain of 5. So here's the illegal touch. It's the guy in the middle of the screen. That's 41.
Yep.
And worth pointing out, up on the offensive line, it is Andrew Martinez that comes out to start at center. So Cooper Fordham still injured. 2nd and 5. Perry. Met after 2 by Aaron Alexander.
Really nice by Aaron Alexander there, stuffing the hole and then not giving up the leaky yardage. Force a 3rd and a long 3 here. And could we see both defenses get off the field after opening series on offense?
And at least in this first possession, Louisiana, we talked about it in the open, about how this offense likes to run with Perry, Davis, and Winfield, and they've been true to that here in the first 2 plays of the 3rd quarter. They will run the ball on you as you see Lunch come out to the right side. Incomplete. Had a man open. That was Shelton Sampson. Ball thrown low and behind. And to answer your question, Lugs, yes, 2 punts to start the 2nd half.
Wow. And that's just a poorly thrown football by Lunch Winfield. He's going to wish he had that one back. He's got his tight end leaking across the field. Intermediate level, and he just loses control of the ball. Comes out of his hand awkwardly. Down and low behind the target.
2 3-and-outs and 2 minutes and 22 seconds off the clock. Both teams have already had a possession. Flag down. And that's Blancas. Had a fumble in the first half on a punt return. Let's check the flag.
Yeah, let's see who this is on here.
Illegal formation, kicking team. More than 4 players in the backfield. The 5-yard penalty will be enforced from the end of the kick. Timeout.
Right, that's the 7th penalty of the night for Louisiana. So Arkansas State, they'll get the ball for a 2nd time in the 3rd quarter when we return. Live Moss student section. Only one student section can claim the title of the Live Moss student section of the year. Who's going to take home the trophy this year? I learned during this Thursday night package there's actually a committee that Lubes was on back then.
Yeah, so was Harry.
And Harry was on the committee. As you see what Arkansas State's playing for, they need to win out and get some help. They want to play James Madison in the Sun Belt Championship game. Second possession, third quarter. Devin Spencer in the backfield for Arkansas State. Rayner going to throw on first down over the middle, incomplete. So all ready to start the third quarter. They've had 3 passes fall incomplete. Brent Gordon Jr. on the coverage.
Really nice job on coverage here on the slant route. Off the RPO. Well thrown football, but just a great job getting that arm in late, knocking that ball down from Rucker.
And again, for the most part, Gordon and this young secondary playing well. Another throw for Rayner. That one a deep shot to the outside. That's Cobb. Cobb's had a big night on special teams. Gets a big play there on first down and a gain of 16. And Luge, it's almost as if they went to the locker room at the half and said, we haven't taken advantage of the young secondary enough. They've come out throwing in the third quarter.
Absolutely they have, and that was a long throw right there from Jalen Rayner. Chauncey Cobb doing what he does best, making people miss.
And that's Spencer. But the first run of the half, Jalen Kreider brings him down. I'd say right now both advantages really favor the home team. The secondary issue with Louisiana is they just keep trying to get it downfield. That's Summers. And then on the other side of the ball, the offensive to defensive line issue that Louisiana has up front with their offensive line.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, for the most part, they've been able to work around it, particularly on defense. We've mentioned Brent Gordon. He's just a true freshman, number 11 in the secondary, and he has covered down really well tonight for the vast majority of this football game.
So another third down, 3rd and 8. Rayner avoids the rusher, and a good comeback tackle there. Rayner looked as if he was headed for the first down, and that was Jordan Lawson who gets him after 6, and it's going to bring up a 4th and 2. The offense wanted to go for it, and Butch sends out the punting unit.
Well, that was a great job by Jalen Rayner just to give this play a chance, makes Lake Bates miss in the pocket and gets close to the line to gain. But I think Butch Jones feels good about his defense here, Matt. He wants to put them on a long field.
That's exactly right. With what we talked about in the pass rush and what they've been able to do, he's going to hope Jackson Waller can pin him deep. All right, so Waller's going to play that to the sideline and goes out at about the 15-yard line. So probably wanted a little bit more out of that punt. It was a punt of 32 yards.
Yeah, listen, you're still pinning them back. You got an opportunity to get off the field once again. And listen, we talked to Butch Jones this week. We were talking about some of the turnovers last week, and one of the things he said to his quarterback was, guys, a punt is okay. We'll play defense. We'll make them earn it. But let's not give them the football. We got to make sure we play with the field behind us.
He said the exact word he talked about his quarterback. He's like, look, punts are great because that's the right play at that time.
Absolutely.
The old adage, any possession that ends with a kick is a good possession. Third time starting on their own 15 or worse. Lunch has absolutely all kinds of space. Everyone bought Davis, and he just ran for 12 without breaking a sweat.
Drew Collins, number 11, the defensive end, came flying off the football. He's convinced that Bill Davis has the football as Winfield turns the corner.
Great pull by Winfield. So first down for Louisiana. Across the middle, ball caught. That's Strother. Devontae Dickerson on Landon Strother. First catch for Strother on the night, and a gain of 8.
How about Winfield getting through his third progression? Starts to the right, comes back to the slot, goes all the way back to the left slot, gets the ball out of his hand. Well done.
10 of 14 on the night for 94. Against South Alabama, he was 14 of 15, so he's accurate. He'll make some completions to bring up a 2nd and 2. And DeMarcus Hendricks, the first one there, gain of 1, is going to bring up a 3rd and short.
Well, Winfield got the most out of that. That should have been a 3 to 4 yard loss, and now puts him in position to get a fresh set of downs. All Winfield.
And we've seen him do that a couple of times. He had a 20-plus yard run in the first half. It looked like he was going to pick up 6. He is hard to bring down, 6'1", 217. 3rd and short. Davis, Winfield takes it, and he's going to have the first down. Joe Drew comes up from his safety spot, and a gain of 2.
Sees the cutback, just stops, kind of jump cuts. One of the things I love about Lunch Winfield, too, when he gets in traffic, he's falling forward.
He's got 17 more rush. He's got 17 rush attempts, 3 more than pass attempts. So it's clear what DeSomo and this offense is going to do. Keep it on the ground and take advantage of the air if you can when you get it, which is what they're going to try to do here. Winfield to the sideline. Take what you can get to Sampson, covered by Yao, and that's going to be a gain of 6.
So far in the passing game on this drive, this offensive line that's been maligned, it's been banged up, playing really good football right now.
Notice what they've done, though. They've taken away the D, so they're taking away the opportunity to get pressure. It's a quick drop and throw.
Yep, and get the ball out, and then the defense is saying, okay, we'll keep the ball in front of us, and we'll tackle.
That's Davis. It's Gavin Ransaw on the tackle, and it's going to bring up another 3rd and short. And in this situation, like we just saw a moment ago with Lunch Winfield in this running game, 3rd and short, you love the play calls you can have here with a quarterback that's easy to get the yardage from, Ludes.
See if they take another opportunity by running the quarterback. You get an extra blocker in the backfield and outnumber the defense.
There you go. We have more than you do. No, Winfield's going to throw it, and he gets the completion. Winfield took an absolute shot, but he gets the ball off to Sampson, and a gain of 7. Joe Drew brought the pressure, and it's going to be another first down.
Yeah, backside unblocked. The true freshman comes in and almost times it up perfectly. Winfield doesn't see it, gets the ball off on an accurate throw to Shelton Sampson. Again, the LSU transfer who's really coming on, one of our impact players tonight. And another fresh set of downs.
Completing 78% of his passes is Lunch. Back in Arkansas State territory. The run up the middle by Davis. And so now, Lugs, what you're seeing, all of the playbook is open. You're able to hit some throws, you're throwing to set up the run, and you're able to run your tempo now because everything's working.
Everything's working, and you're staying on schedule.
So 2nd and short after a gain of 9. That's incomplete, stops the momentum intended for Dale Martin.
Yeah, and that's just a miss right there from Lunch Winfield. But 3rd and short, take a shot in the passing game right there. You feel really good where you're at in the run game. You've shown it here in the 3rd quarter.
This drive alone, they've converted on 3rd and 1 and 3rd and 2. This one a 3rd and 1. It's a drive that started at the 15. 10th play of the drive. Pressure creeping. Davis cutting. Davis has space, and there he goes. Louisiana regains the lead.
Officials, timeout.
36-yard touchdown, 10-play, 85-yard drive. But another player down for Louisiana on the offensive line. That was the longest offensive play of the game by either team. That's Bryant Williams, the left tackle. And at least for now, the slotted backup is a true freshman, but he's quick to pop up.
He got rolled up on just at the very end of that play as Davis broke to the 2nd level. Good to see him bounce up as we've talked about the injuries and the reshuffling of the offensive line for Louisiana. They've really regrouped in the second quarter, and so far here in the third, playing pretty good football.
That is the 5th lead change of the game. But watch Davis here. He's able to make that one cut, and after that, once you get to the second level, Lugs, there was no one left.
Yeah, and Brandon Barnes, the safety number 8, he comes down from his safety spot, but he overruns it and loses inside leverage right in the hole. And Davis able to avoid, and then it's a foot race.
So Tony Sterner on for the extra point. And the back and forth continues in Jonesboro. Arkansas State came out of the locker room up 27-24, but another third down conversion this time was big. It was Bill Davis giving Louisiana the lead back. They are dancing their way up 4 in the third.
The college football playoff selection show, the bracket will be filled. Judgment Day is here.
(31-27) Louisiana over Arkansas State. This is the college football playoff rankings. We take a look at the playoff rankings brought to you by Verbo. 1 through 6 unchanged. The fun starts Notre Dame down 9 through 12, and then the 13 through 25. Basically, everyone up into Virginia has a chance to make it. Everyone from 20 down, all but out. And minus Tulane, who's the highest ranked group of 5 right now, who could play for the American Championship.
Keep an eye on that Oregon SC game this weekend.
Arizona State, a slight chance to play in the Big 12 championship game, as they are the only team, the Sun Devils, to beat Texas Tech this year, who has been a gauntlet for everybody else.
How about what the Sun Devils have done, given the injuries, the quarterback situation? They've just found a way.
They've lost their 3 best offensive players, their best defensive players, and Kenny Dillingham still has them in the mix to play for a Big 12 championship.
Let's see right here if Arkansas State gets a little bit more diligent, a little bit more methodical. They've taken some shots, haven't connected on any of them, have taken no time off the clock. They got to get a drive going.
They've had 8 plays in the second half, 7 pass, 1 run in this third quarter. They're going to start with the pass/Rayner run. That looks probably designed quarterback draw. Gave a quick look to the right, tucked it, and ran for 4. That's just their second run now, the third quarter.
4-yard gain on the play. Brings in second down.
Officials timeout.
That's $1. Chain gain causing an official timeout. Isn't it amazing? We have all this technology. We can literally do whatever we want with technology, yet we're still using a chain.
And right now it looks like he's hand screwing the nut and the bolt into the bottom of the staff.
Like we're still using things that we can buy in aisle 6 in Home Depot.
It's like the fax machine on signing day.
That's actually officially out.
I know.
2nd and 6. See, now they're committing to the run game with Spencer and a gain of 5. I mean, they made the clocks digital for the down marker. The flip ones are gone. Let's just get rid of those chains. You can get tetanus. Those things are rusted. 3rd and short. And a hard-fought first down. I mean, that was 2 yards the hard way, but 3 runs succeed to a first down. That was Priest Ash that brings him down. And those chains will move.
Untangled.
For now. Rayner to throw. Out route to the sidelines at Summers. And see, Lugs, what you're seeing there is the benefit of a run game. Now you got to respect the run game. Now the coverage plays off, and you got Summers first down.
Yep, start loading the box a little bit. You get some one-on-ones on the outside.
And now tempo. Spencer creases one. So a little bit of everything working right now for the Red Wolves. Broke the tackle of Steven Rennell after a gain of 12. It's almost as if the team needs a touchdown by the other team to wake them up offensively. Rayner's going to keep it. And it's been all run game on this drive. That's a gain of 8. Rayner again, and this time Louisiana all over it. So now 3rd and short. You wonder if Spencer should have gotten the handoff instead of Rayner pulling it out. Bates and Ashley Williams tackle him in a 3rd and short. Rayner going to throw, quick shot over the middle, and it's tipped and knocked incomplete. And Butch Jones has been sending the field goal unit out all night, but it looks as if he's going to keep the offense on the field.
I think you have to. I think he realizes the way this game's being played right now, field goals aren't going to win it. They've got to get touchdowns.
So again, we use the tennis analogy. Who's going to break serve early?
Yeah.
That's Spencer in motioning back into the backfield. Rayner looked at the slant, wasn't there, goes back to it, and it's incomplete. Louisiana gets the stop. Rayner tried to throw the slant over the middle. Kreider provided the pressure. And it's the Cajuns who break serve on this back and forth game in Jonesboro.
That Jordan Lawson, number 7, almost caught this football. Thrown late, and then he makes the sack. Oh, excuse me, as the ball's being pulled off. Louisiana takes over on downs.
Introducing Verts. Swipe for news and highlights. Now available on the ESPN app.
All right, we are back. 3:30 left in the third quarter. Tom Luganbill, Matt Berry, Harry Lyles. It's been an entertaining game for two teams who want to play in a bowl game. And right now in the second half, there's been momentum back and forth. Perry brought down by Taylor. And Luke's, as I said to start the third quarter, it was clear Arkansas State wanted to try to attack through the air. There's no bones about what Louisiana's doing here offensively.
No, and the best thing about Louisiana right now is they are staying ahead of the chains. They're on schedule. They have not had pre-snap penalties. This is clean football.
151 yards on the ground. Is Luntz going to throw the slant? And that was right on time to Robert Williams, tackled by Dickerson, and a first down.
Lunch Winfield, Matt, has just been so efficient in this third quarter. He's made good decisions with the football. He's been accurate. He's taken those run lanes when they've presented themselves, but they've had a great balance of run to pass, and the passes have been underneath throws that are easy completions.
Coming off their best drive of the game, they just went 10 plays, 85 yards. They're trying to do it again as Lunch slips. He's able to keep himself and find Jensen to get something, but that's the athleticism of Lunch Winfield. He almost slipped on the turf and fell, but was able to get 2 out of it.
I mean, that's an 8-yard swing right there. That would have been a 5 to 6 yard negative play offensively, and he's able to pull a rabbit out of the hat right here, get this ball out to his tight end, and Jensen does the rest for a gain of 2.
But again, on that scoring drive here in the third, 64 of those 85 yards were on the ground as we tick to about a minute and a half left. Third quarter in Jonesboro. Pressure coming, swings it quick outside to Perry. Perry's got a crease. Brandon Barnes brings down Perry after 16, and he was one man away from breaking that thing gone.
Credit the 3 skilled players on the perimeter on offense for Louisiana for holding their blocks in space that allows for this crease and Perry to sneak through. That's just outstanding execution on the blocks downfield by the wide receivers and tight end.
Simeon Mitchell, who's down for the Red Wolves. And Louisiana has grabbed all of the momentum here in the third quarter, and credit their offensive coaching staff. We had talked about the offensive line depth issues for Louisiana on the backups, guys who haven't played a lot. 2 of the guys that had only started all season, Fordham and Harrington, have both been injured. Harrington's back in the game, but Fordham's out. But all of this is to say they went at the half and made the adjustment. How are they going to neutralize the defense of Arkansas State? And you've seen it on the ground and quick throws.
Yep, on the ground, quick throws, and no self-inflicted wounds. Remember that first quarter, Louisiana on offense. False start, 2nd and 5, or 1st and 5. Another false start. Now all of a sudden, it's 1st and 20. I mean, this is one of those scenarios where all of those negative plays start to add up, and when you eliminate them, good things are going to happen.
Look, there's a lot of newcomers on every roster, but this is Louisiana, who played in the Sun Belt Championship game a year ago.
10-win team.
It's a 10-win team.
Yep.
DeSormo, as I said at the beginning of the game, 23 wins in his first 3 seasons. They're trying to make a bowl game for the 8th consecutive game. This is a proud program in the Sun Belt. And so they're not going to go down lightly, even though things haven't gone their way. They had an injury to their star quarterback, Walker Howard. Lunch Winfield's the 3rd quarterback to play for him this year. They found something in him, and here they are coming on the road, try to spoil the home finale for Arkansas State, who found their groove in the middle of the season. We've got a reverse coming out of the timeout. He wanted to go back to Winfield out of the backfield, but a good job by the secondary and smart by Landon Strother not to throw that pass.
So smart, because when you make that call, and no matter how often you coach it and preach it, if it's not there, don't throw it. And invariably, what do? They try to throw it. They throw it up for grabs. It ends up being a negative play or a turnover. So smart by Strother there. Now look at you. You're in 2nd and 3.
I'd say even though they got 7 yards, that was heady on both teams. Heady by the defense to know that they were going to sneak Lunch out of the backfield. And then Strother pulling it down for 7 to bring up 2nd and 3.
Arkansas State's got to make a play on defense on this drive.
That's Perry. And it looks as if he's going to be right on the yard to gain, and they're going to bring the chains for a first down. And now the game clock under the play clock. In the first quarter, look, we had so many points. We had 51 points in the first half. We've only had 7 here in the third quarter, and they're going to be content to go to the fourth quarter. So if the fourth quarter is anything like the rest of this game, we're in for a treat. These are teams that are playing for bowl eligibility, and I don't care what anybody says. Too many bowl games, they don't matter. You're seeing proof of it here tonight. Can Arkansas State get to their 6th win, and can Louisiana keep their postseason hopes alive? Come and find out. Jonesboro, Arkansas, fourth quarter coming up on ESPN. Start of the fourth quarter as you're watching College Football Primetime, presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Tom Luganbill, Matt Berry, Harry Lyles with you. 31-27 in a game where bowl eligibility is on the line for both of these teams. And to start the fourth quarter, it's going to be Lunch Winfield in Louisiana, that Florida Lee helmet, which looks amazing. It's what's been an entertaining Thursday night football game. That's just an overshot of the receiver on first down and a late flag. And the Arkansas State sideline is going to plead for uncatchable.
I think that's what the back judge is going to say here, too.
There's no foul for pass interference. Second down.
All right. So the uncatchable claim wins. Spotter to the Stars, Dave Salati, in between the quarter break, comes up to me and says, "Hey, Matt Berry, only one penalty on Arkansas State."
Oh,
and I was looking at him like, "See, you're doing the booth jinx," and he almost got it on the first play of the fourth quarter. But it remains at 1. You just know what not to talk about during a game as Perry's going to try to ram it right up the middle. Kyle Taylor, no gain. And now a big third down.
Really the first time that this Arkansas State defense has gotten Louisiana in 3rd and long in the entire second half. Well, now can they get off the field?
Wonder if they pick up 6. Is it 4-down territory? Momentum is shifted back and forth throughout the night. Winfield. And there's the yardage I was talking about. That's about 5. Perry out of the backfield. They're going
to kick a field goal here.
So, yeah, they spotted 4, so it's a 6-yard, 4th and 6. To try to make this 34-27 as Tony Sterner on. Career long, a 51-yarder in the season opener against Rice. This one at 50. To extend the lead. How about it? A 50-yarder from the lefty. And now it's 34-27 Louisiana. Look at Sterner. I mean, this is a weapon, Luke.
I mean, this thing goes just over the crossbar.
Look at this.
Whoa.
Don't, doesn't matter. He got the yardage right.
He did.
Question for you. Why don't lefty kickers look as weird as left-handed quarterbacks?
Probably because the leg swing is the same. Have you noticed with a left-handed quarterback, right-handed quarterback, there always seems to be a loop with the lefty. There's kind of a little bit of a slight wind-up and a drawback of the ball.
I bet you never thought about that. Lefty kickers look natural.
It is a good question.
But there's something just weird about how the ball comes out of a left-handed quarterback. Is Tua the only one in the NFL?
The only lefty in the Penix?
Michael Penix Jr., right. Well done. He's injured for the year, though. Kirk Cousins going to be playing quarterback for the Falcons. All right, so that caught by Reed Linder. Fair catch will put the ball up at the 25-yard line. Triple header ABC college football. John Mateer in Oklahoma right now in the perfect spot for the college football playoff against a Missouri team on their third-string quarterback and a true freshman, Matt Zollers. Tennessee probably too far on the outside looking in. Florida fans are not concentrated on a game right now. They're concentrated on a coaching search. And Texas maybe a little bit of hope left if they can get through Arkansas and Texas A&M. But a big drive for Jalen Rayner here in Arkansas State. And the run was successful early on in the drive, last drive, and that's Kenyon Clay and a gain of 3. Moved down the field with it, Luke, successfully got away from it, couldn't convert on 4th down. Let's see what they call here in their first possession of the 4th quarter. Pressure coming. Rayner quick out. Rucker had a big first half. He's been quiet here in the second half. In fact, that was Summers. And a gain of 6, bringing up a 3rd and short.
Avery Demery, what an open field tackle, because if he doesn't make that tackle on the perimeter right there, that is a lot of extra yardage for Rucker.
3rd and short up the middle, and I think Louisiana got the stop on Clay. And Rayner's telling his coach, I just watched him go over and look at Butch Jones to the field. He said, we're going for it. And the offense is out there on 4th and short. Big play in this ball game. Fourth and short, up the middle. And it's going to be all about the spot.
They're going to give it to him.
Yeah, right away, too. They didn't even think about it. That's probably the hardest fought yard Kenyon Clay's ever ran for in his life. And now the tempo. There's Rucker from Rayner. I mean, that side judge ran up there. He was moving the chain before the play.
He was convinced.
He must have had a view on the side that we couldn't see from up here in the booth, but he didn't even give that any drama. As a gain of 9 from Rucker. That's Spencer off the left side. Those defenders went for a swipe of the ball early in that carry, and it's going to be 6 and a second first down now for the Red Wolves. So substitutions coming for Louisiana. Play clock ticking. Official holding the snap.
Pretty crafty by Louisiana right there. They sent out 2 substitutions, but they held the last 3.
And Spencer cuts back, and he's got space. What a cut by Spencer. The entire left side of that line was clogged. He saw it, he cut, and he got 15 out of it.
That's just simple inside zone. He sees the cutback lane. And Louisiana doesn't set the edge on the backside.
Tempo coming. Rayner checked down. And a good job by Louisiana to mitigate that gain to maybe 1. Spencer out of the backfield, Williams on the tackle.
Finally going to give Spencer a little bit of a break here, Matt. He's been the offense this drive.
It's going to be Cedric Hawkins who spells him. So Rayner checks the play at the line. Looking left. Pressure's coming. Rayner somehow gets out of it. What an individual effort by number 1. A gain of 5 after it looked like it was going to be a loss of 5 and more.
Wow, I thought he was going to peel out into a load of trouble right here. He ends up splitting the 2 defenders. Breaks a tackle. Makes another move downfield with the spin move, falls forward, and now you're in 3rd and manageable.
We've seen both these quarterbacks do that tonight. Just kind of put it on their shoulders to get the yardage their team needs. And that was a good job climbing the pocket, making the read, finding Summers, gain of 11, and another first down, Arkansas State.
Boy, Jalen Rayner really knows where his targets are. He does a nice job with patience in the pocket, works through the protections, comes back to his 3rd choice. Impressive.
Chain gang can't keep up, and they don't care. They're running the play. Is it Spencer again trying to get to the corner? And Luke, you mentioned it. It's been all Devin Spencer this drive. And just about everything working. They're going to give him a first down, so now it's goal to go.
Spencer's been a workhorse here in the passing game and in the pass protection and in the run game. He's only 5'10", 185 pounds.
Louisiana's got to be sucking wind with this tempo. Rayner pulls it. Puts a move on the defender, tries to spin out of it. He's not going to spin out of it this time. He tried a couple of those moves we just saw a play ago, and Louisiana's like, yeah, no.
Well, very fortunate to get back to really the line to gain or line of scrimmage.
We saw this in the third quarter when they moved the ball all the way down the field. We saw him pull it on 2 runs, really the same play, and the same thing happened.
Where he could have given it. Yep. An Arkansas State substitute, and so they're given the opportunity for Louisiana to do so as well and get some of those defensive linemen rested.
So trips down at the bottom of your screen. Kenyon Clay now the back. Play clock at 3. Snap gets off. Clay up the middle. In the second this drive got goal to go, Louisiana's defense stepped up, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and goal as Jordan Lawson stops Clay. 3 of 11 on 3rd downs tonight. Lugs, what do you like here?
I'd love for them to move the pocket a little bit. Jalen Raynor's been really good on the perimeter. You've got a bunch trip set to the bottom of your screen. Get him outside, maybe get a run pass option for him.
Ball on the left hash, plenty of room to the right. He's going to stay in the pocket, and he threw it low. Intended for Tyler Little. And they're going to run out the field goal unit as Rennell was on the coverage. So again, they moved the ball down the field. Didn't get points the last time. They went for it on 4th and didn't get it. And now Butch is going to go for the field goal attempt.
Now you got to throw that ball low into the outside. It was just too low. Didn't give his target an opportunity to catch the football. You had a chance to complete that one, just poor ball placement, but you've got to come away with points right here.
And really the story of this second half has been Arkansas State stalling in the red zone. There's Van Endel now on for the field goal attempt, 24 yards, and it's good. So now what Arkansas State is doing is they know they've got to get a defensive stop and now a touchdown to win it. That's what they've put themselves in. It's going to be a good finish. Final half of the 4th quarter in Jonesboro when we return. 15 play, 69-yard drive, just under 7 minutes off the fourth quarter clock. We talked about it going to break, Lugs. Butch Jones has now said, all right, guys, here's the scenario. Defense, come up with the play. Offense, because we kicked the field goal there, we got shut down in the red zone, we're going to need to go score a touchdown to win this thing.
Yep, absolutely. And you got to wonder, with the amount of time on the clock, how many possessions you're going to get? One, maybe two, dependent on whether or not your defense, as you mentioned, Matt, can get off the field quickly and get the offense back on.
Each team with 3 timeouts in what's been a spectacularly played football game. The entertainment factor has been 10 out of 10. What will they give us in the final 6:40? We know. Don't Twitter us. We're going back to break. There's going to be football when we return. Just leave it alone.
ESPN Thursday Night College Football is presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need.
The season finale, Sports Center on campus, that saw Harry take some warm, unpasteurized milk. Destiny wins the free throw competition. Look, what a seat. Lugs, it was your first indoctrination to Sports Center on campus. What'd you think?
I loved it. Loved every minute of it. And you know what? It's how it grows each and every week. That's the thing. Every time you think you've had your best one, then you go on to the next place, and it's just as good, if not better.
And our opportunity to thank every school that we attended this year. Everyone put in so much hard work, and it made it worth it to come out there each and every week. As Bill Davis stopped by Arkansas State. You know what's on the line here. That's a loss of 3. They kicked the field goal. Now it's got to be a touchdown for Arkansas State if they want to win, if they can get off the field. But Lunch Winfield could say something about this, is Louisiana needs to win out to go to their 8th consecutive bowl game. Arkansas State trying to stay alive in the Sun Belt.
Yep. And when you decide to kick that field goal at Arkansas State, you're telling your defense, we're putting this on your back.
That's it. That's exactly right. See what they can do now after a loss of 3. Winfield's got one-on-one coverage up top. That is good, clean football by both. Yao on the coverage. And now 3rd and long.
Yao and Shelton Sampson have been battling all night long, and each one of the matchups has been contested. That one won by Yao.
DeMarcus Hendricks, he is injured.
DeMarcus Hendricks has been a problem off the edge as a pass rusher. This is an injury that right now Arkansas State does not need to happen.
All right, so when the trainer's out there kind of smiling and pulling the foot back and he's getting water, I'm not a doctor and I didn't stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
But you've drank pickle juice.
I've drank pickle juice. I do believe this appears to be a cramp. It's funny, we had this conversation during commercial break on SportsCenter today.
Yeah.
Cramp weather.
Cramp weather. Yeah.
You typically, when it's colder, not notorious for cramp weather.
Right.
You're not losing as many electrolytes because you're not sweating as much, the colder weather, and see, he's all stretched out, ready to go. We also, the weather conversation started because we said the cold weather is going to keep us away from lightning.
Right.
That's how we got on the weather kick.
That's what we told ourselves, and fortunately we were correct.
We're not showing.
Oh,
here
boy.
We
Oh.
Here we go.
Now we've done it.
It appears there's an opportunity for a gym franchise in Jonesboro. Here we go. All right, big 3rd down here, 3rd and 13. Can lunch change the tone? Can Arkansas State get off the field? Winfield, quick shot outside, and Arkansas State gets their stop. McGee brings down Jensen, and that was a quick 3 and out.
Quick 3 and out, and what a defensive stop for Arkansas State. We talked so much throughout this second half of Louisiana's edge being able to stay ahead of the chains and on schedule. In the last 2 drives, offensively, Louisiana has been 3rd and long both times. Arkansas State getting the ball back.
Blanc is deep to receive the punt.
Going to be a delay of game.
Delay of game.
Wow.
Offense. 5-yard penalty remains 4th down.
Wow, that just can't happen.
With 3 timeouts left, how do you not see it at least bang a timeout?
Yeah, now field position becomes even more critical as you back up 5.
And a critical mistake when you've got the 9th oldest FBS player at 27 years old and the punter Nathan Torney. 27 years old probably puts him in a couple presidential administrations in college. So now this favors Arkansas State in the field position now as Blancas gets to move to his own 40-yard line. Remember, he bobbled a punt earlier in this game and a clean, fair catch, so they get some yardage out of the delay of game. And so Arkansas State, they put it on the defense. Now they need the touchdown to take the lead. I bet this is going to be an entertaining finish here at Arkansas.
Welcome back to Jonesboro, where Arkansas State trails Louisiana 30-34. Butch Jones told us earlier this week that the story of his football team is resiliency. And I can tell you the tone on the sideline here for this offense in the fourth quarter has been one that is calm, that appears confident. And guys, there might not be a better time for a resilient drive than right now for this Arkansas State offense.
And Harry, to that point, started the season 1-4, went on a 4-game winning streak to save the season. Can they save the game tonight? It has been a wonderfully played game by both of these teams out of the Sun Belt. It's Devin Spencer on first down. So, Lugs, you brought it up when Arkansas State was on defense. When Butch Jones elected to kick the field goal, it was the defense's turn. It was on them, and now the offense, they know what they need to get.
Defense got them the ball. Now let's take it down, execute, put an end to this game.
And Louisiana's played so hard fought tonight. Depth issues up front. They have the lead late fourth quarter. Rayner plenty of time, and it's incomplete. Intended for Rucker, covered by Brent Gordon Jr., one of those youngsters. We talked about the 7 players suspended tonight, most of them from the secondary for Louisiana, and they've held up on their own.
Well, just as we had mentioned, some of the corners in Yao, number 0 for Arkansas State. How about Brent Gordon? Wow, he has played well and just a true freshman.
So a big third down. Pressure coming from Louisiana. They stay with the blitz. Rayner looks downfield, nothing there. Flag down, that's gonna be holding. And nearly an interception by Demery. Jaden Duggar all over Jalen Rayner.
Holding, offense, number 52. Holding, offense, number 52. That penalty is declined, 4th down.
Okay, so then rather than give them another opportunity to spring a big play, they're gonna wisely decline the penalty.
That's the center, Mason Myers. Number 3, Duggar. You see him just impeding his path. Unfortunate that this wasn't intercepted.
That drive took 41 seconds. 3 timeouts for each team and a 2-minute timeout as Waller on to punt. And Robert Williams deep to receive, and a flag down before he even catches the ball to Williams. That's going to be a hold on Louisiana. So some sloppy play here with the game on the line. 2 critical holding penalties.
Holding on the return team, number 40. 10-yard penalty from the end of the kick, 1st and 10.
Well, Arkansas State, can you do it again on defense? You've done it once to give your offense a shot.
And conversely, can Louisiana and Winfield
close this thing out?
It's on them now. Is coming up next. SportsCenter's Trevor Scales and Ryan Smith. They're going to take you after the game. Those SportsCenter towels. The band even giving us some promo music. How about that?
Yeah.
We're a full-service production here on Thursday.
That's right.
Football. What a drive here that Louisiana has. And when they have to get 2 wins to get back to a postseason, it's all on them now. If they want to keep the ball, they can. But the holding penalty critical there moves them back to the 13-yard line. Winfield on first down. Winfield has space. What a huge start to this drive for Louisiana. Lunch Winfield time and time again picks up 42 on first and gets them out of the shadows of their own end zone.
This quarterback lead, you got the lead blocker with your tailback in front of you, and then once the quarterback gets to the second level, there's nobody left to account for him. And Lunch Winfield, what a critical play at a huge moment following a penalty in the kicking game that backed up this offense with 88 yards in front of them.
The longest offensive play of the night. And you know they're in no rush to get this ball snapped as the play clock gets under 5. Winfield's going to run it again. This time, Arkansas State on it. It's Hendricks.
Timeout.
So an injured player for Arkansas State in the backfield. That's number 25, Aaron Alexander, the team's leading tackler. He's their defensive leader, and they're going to need him on this final drive, but it appears they're going to be without him for some time.
Butch Jones on the sideline, hot with some of his players.
And while they take a look at Alexander, let's take a look at tonight's player spotlight, brought to you by Lexus. We came into the open talking about this Louisiana offense, how they've been more of a running team since Lunch Winfield's been their quarterback, and we saw the running game working well for them tonight.
Yeah, once they got out of their own way, get a little handshake with the state trooper, and started settling down, staying on schedule on offense. Things started to really click for Louisiana. The confidence was back, the momentum swung back to their sideline, and Lunch Winfield has been really good with the football in both phases of the offense.
And the rushing game has given them 4 rushing touchdowns tonight, as Alexander is able to come off the field and actually run off without any assistance. So we'll see how long their leading tackler and defensive leader is out. It's now 2nd and 10. What I love about this game and what I love about tonight is so much attention is put on the college football playoff, and we know that it's big, but there's still college football being played where being bowl eligible matters.
Matters big time. Yep.
This has nothing to do with this college football playoff. This has everything to do with these teams wanting to be in the postseason. So the clock resumed running after the run stop of no gain. And it's going to be timeout season here for a minute in Butch Jones. As again, the play clock goes under 5. And again, they snap it. That was Perry, brought down by Taylor. And what's interesting now, year 2, I believe it's year 2 of the 2-minute timeout. It all runs together, maybe year 2. It's interesting. Year 1, college coaches really weren't sure how to use their timeouts around it.
Yeah.
Now this year, you watch it on Saturday, they now have adopted how the NFL coaches do.
No question.
And it's been interesting to see how they've evolved to learn how to use them in that way.
And getting ahead of it.
That's right.
Right?
Last year, you'd watch, it's like, okay, we'll call one here.
Yeah.
Now, I would almost guarantee you he uses them all before the 2-minute timeout.
He may very well. Especially if they, let's see, 3rd and 9 here.
Yeah, down permitting,
yeah,
obviously. But yeah, they've completely, every coach has adopted the NFL model with how to use the timeouts north of the 2-minute timeout. And so they have 2 remaining with 2:40 left and a big 3rd down. Remember the 40-plus yard run to start this drive back at their own 15-yard line. But again, an opportunity to get off the field here, 3rd and 9. Do you put it in the air or do you keep it on the ground with your quarterback who's had a big night on the ground? Not in field goal range. Winfield's going to roll back out to his right. Can the Arkansas State defenders get there? They can. That was Perry. They did kind of a naked boot to the right and snuck Perry out of the backfield. McGee and Taylor there. It is decision time for DeSormo. So there's that second timeout. 2 clock stoppages remain for Arkansas State, the 2-minute timeout, and their 3rd and final timeout. What do you do here?
Well, first of all, that was a really good play call right there because you got the quarterback out on the edge, and if you don't have anything to toss it into, he could take off and run, potentially get the line to gain. This is a bit too long. We just watched the kicker and Tony Sterner, the lefty, comes out. Remember, he hit that 50-yarder.
This one's from 55.
This one's from 55, and that thing barely went over the crossbar.
What is he telling his team? He's got the offense huddled over there. Sterner's going to remain on the sideline. DeSormo's going to run out the offense. They want to put the game away right here, right now.
Or could this be a hard count to try and get Arkansas State to jump, and if you don't get it, you punt and you make Arkansas State go the distance?
We'll find out. So several hard counts from lunch. Arkansas State not taking the bait, and Lugs, you called it.
Great discipline by Arkansas State to not fall for it.
All right, now you give your punter a little bit extra yardage.
Want to get this thing inside the 15-yard line. See Butch Jones right there. Hey, listen,
safe
punt
punt.
safe, punt safe.
Stay away from the punter.
Stay away from anything negative, a penalty, a hold. Remember, it's 4th and 4. Well, now it's 4th and 9, excuse me.
What you need here is a good soft 9-iron.
Yes, lob it up.
Just a good soft 9-iron. Can Torney clutch up for the special teams? Blanca's back. He's going to fair catch that right at the 10-yard line. So Jalen Rayner and Arkansas State, they have their mission. 90 yards with 1 timeout remaining and the 2-minute timeout. So you take a look at their last 4 drives. It hasn't been because they haven't been down in the red area. They just only converted the field goal in the second half.
Well, the good news is if you're Arkansas State, you know, the tempo and the pace of play is something that is a regularity for you.
Yep.
You like to play that way. This is your normal offense. They don't look at this as 2-minute offense.
Senior night, bowl eligibility, home finale. And Arkansas State has the ball with a chance to go down the field. How do they start the drive? They give it to Corey Rucker. FBS's active leader in yardage starts this drive off with a gain of 20.
Senior makes a big play, and if you want to start the drive off right, get the ball into the hands of your best player.
Been quiet in the second half, had a big first half. Check down over the middle. That's Spencer. And that's the 2-minute timeout.
2-minute timeout.
So the whole offense is there for Arkansas State. How will this game conclude? It's been entertaining from the kick. Arkansas State tried to dig deep and get the win at home. 7 career game-winning drives for Jalen Rayner, second most among quarterbacks in FBS. 2nd and 2, 1 timeout remaining. And a chance to get this team bowl eligible. You heard Harry's report about the resiliency of Arkansas State after the 1-4 start. Spencer in the backfield. Quick slant over the middle. No flag. That was intended for Summers. That was Demery on it. Now 3rd and 2.
See the coverage right there? I think that's a good no call.
Rayner barely tripped up, but gets the first down. It is stunning to me how on 2nd and 2 and 3rd and 2, they abandon the run so quickly. You had an incomplete pass on a slant. You were going to throw it there again, but your athletic quarterback got you out of trouble. Here comes the tempo. Rayner over the middle. That's Rucker. Rucker makes one man miss. Gets to the sidelines and dragged down. They want another flag over there, but again, they keep it in their pocket. They gain a 16.
Quickly up to the line. Again, this is their normal offense. This is their pace of play.
Wasn't ready for it. That was Cobb. They've been working the middle of the field all night long, and Cobb wasn't looking for it.
And I don't think Chauncey Cobb saw the ball. It stunned him. Fortunately, it stops the clock.
Overthrown. Intended for Summers. At Arkansas State, they have zero interest in running the ball on this drive. They are going all air. 3rd and 10. It's going to be a 4-down territory no matter what. Pressure. Rayner brought down immediately. So the game is going to come down to this.
And they're not going to use the timeout to talk it over either.
4th and 9. Bowl eligibility on the line. Check over the middle. And Devin Spencer gets the first down. Game continues. The clock will stop. But there is a flag down.
There's no foul for delay of game. 1st and 10, Arkansas State.
Probably on the defense probably did something with the ball, but they picked that up. So it's going to be a 1st down, Arkansas State. What an effort by Spencer. Rayner threw it to him shy of the 1st down yardage. Spencer does the rest. Drive continues for Rayner. Over the middle, caught. That's Summers. Gain of 9. 42 seconds left. Rayner looking left. Back to his middle. Continues to live over the middle of the field. It's going to be another 1st down. The timeout remains.
Timeout remains. Clock stops. And again, Arkansas State quickly up to the football. Doing a really nice job of dealing with the clock and getting the play call in.
That's Spencer. Clock continues to run. 15 seconds.
Gonna have to get to a timeout here quickly.
10 seconds. Incomplete. 8 seconds remaining. Lugs, what do you have here?
Well, you've got the ball down to the clock down to 8 seconds, so you're going to have to take a shot. On back-to-back plays, you got to get this ball in the end zone.
And you got to do it quick.
Please set the game clock to 9 seconds.
So they get a second back. Butch wanted in to spike it. It's going to come down to this in the final 2 plays of the game with 1 timeout remaining.
Corey Rucker to the bottom of your screen, but you look at the safety off the hash, leaning over to that side.
Timeout. Louisiana. This is their first timeout of the second half.
And a little bit of chaos there. Smart move by DeSormo to call the timeout and make sure you have the defense on that you need to get this game over with.
Well, not only that, you want to make sure you're in the right call there. And Butch Jones is talking about, hey, 2 plays left. Here we go. And you got to, and this is going to give Arkansas State a chance to take a breath here.
That's right.
Think things through.
Yeah, this goes both ways.
What's our 2 best? Again, we've talked through the evening that the red zone offense for Arkansas State has been problematic all year long. A week ago against Southern Miss in a very close 6-point game, there were 5 turnovers in the high red zone or closer.
And here in the second half, red zone offense has been an issue for Arkansas State. And if you're Rayner, you've got to make your read quick, get the ball out of your hands.
Yes.
You can't dally, you can't wait, you can't take a sack. You need to know where this ball is going.
Brent Gordon, number 11, matched up against Corey Rucker at the bottom of your screen in press coverage.
9 seconds remaining. Rayner does take the shot. Flag. Pass interference is going to be called. Hunter Summers was the intended receiver. Demery got away with one earlier in the drive. And now you've got the timeout.
Pass interference, defense, number 10. The foul occurred in the end zone. The ball be placed at the 2-yard line.
Okay, so now this is where it gets interesting.
Only 5 seconds left, Matt.
5 seconds left. You still have the timeout. The ball's at the 2. An absolute killer penalty
Set the game clock to 6 seconds. Thank you.
for Louisiana. They added 1 second on the clock.
Well, that might be a big deal.
It's a huge deal.
That's a huge deal right there. Remember, 1 timeout still for Arkansas State. This ball has to be out of Jalen Rayner's hand immediately.
Or
Timeout. Louisiana.
with the timeout at the 2, do you run it and have a quick trigger?
Potentially the only issue is if the runner gets held up, Matt, and all of a sudden it becomes a pile push and the clock runs down on you because the play isn't blown dead.
Only issue here, 2-yard line, the field shrinks.
Right.
How much time do you have? Where's the space to run the route and make the decision?
So prior to that timeout right there, they lined up Jalen Rayner down to the bottom of the screen, and they had a defender that was playing inside technique. So I think there's an opportunity if you threw a back shoulder, quick 1-step back shoulder for Corey Rucker down at the bottom. But I want to see how Louisiana now comes and lines up. You see number 7 at the bottom of the screen, and see what they do with him. How do they align versus him? Because if you throw it to the outside, now you see the coverage in the corner. He's head up, maybe slightly outside. How quickly can you get this ball out? You got Summers to the top. He's seeing more head up coverage.
Clay, the bigger back in the backfield.
2 1-on-1s to the outside.
They're going to throw it. Over the middle. Incomplete. 3 seconds left. And in all likelihood, Lugs, this is it.
This is it. This is your ball game.
So they've got the 1 timeout. You can hear Jalen saying, call the timeout. And they don't. At least yet.
They might want to see how they align. Now Rucker, number 7, to the top of your screen, and he's got press coverage.
DeSomo's going to call their 3rd and final timeout.
Well, he has to. They've got 12 men on the field.
So the clock management here at the end of the game.
Their 3rd and final timeout of the second half. 30 seconds.
Mind you, there was a chance earlier in the drive when the clock was getting down to 13 to 12 seconds to call the timeout to get some of that back.
Yeah.
They got lucky with the incomplete pass. And so now it's come down to the final 3 seconds of the game. Still with the timeout. I think it's irrelevant now at this point unless they want to come out and see what they're running defensively to call that timeout. So now the ball is on the left hash.
So here's the alignment right here. They're going to come and they're going to press Rucker. Now there is nobody over the top to stop a fade stop, anything that could get the ball out of the hand of the quarterback. Let's see if Louisiana, now they're going to put Rucker in the slot down here to the bottom.
It all comes down to this.
And there was no whistles because they want to make sure that they give the opportunity to the offense to score or not to score. So I like the fact that there was no whistle. They let it play out.
The ruling on the field is upheld that the runner was short of the goal line. The game is over.
And that's it.
Yeah. That was a nice
and
job
one
by
of
the
the
crew.
most bizarre finishes we've ever seen. Jalen Rayner held short, tried to extend the ball, and Louisiana comes on the road and keeps their bowl postseason hopes alive.
And both teams are still alive from a bowl perspective, but what a fantastic finish. Odd finish, but what a great football game nonetheless.
We're going to take a look at Rayner one final time. As you see, Butch Jones is absolutely seething that the officials did not throw the flag on the sideline. Here's a look at Rayner. That first effort tries to extend the ball over the goal line right there. And not enough.
So the ball comes out late right there, Matt, and that's why the play extended and was not blown dead initially. You see the ball come out late, gets picked up.
That has to be the wildest. Let's listen for the whistle. That's the whistle, and by then, Louisiana was already on the field.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I mean, this is unbelievable. Let's go down to Harry.
Coach, came into this one with 7 suspended players. Your offensive line got depleted throughout the game, yet you guys still came out with a victory. What does this win say about your football team?
Hopefully everybody sees how resilient this group is. What we already knew, I mean, when you're sitting there at 2-6 and you're talking about hope and you're talking about what you got to do to have a chance in Week 12 to find a way in the postseason, this group's special, man. I mean, not many people can survive what we've been through.
We appreciate the time, Coach. Go enjoy this win.
We will. Thank you.
I still can't believe how that game finished. There was a fumble. Arkansas State appeared to recover the fumble because they started pushing their guys over the goal line. The whistle was late. Louisiana was on the field. Butch Jones and the Arkansas State staff saw it. The officials did not. They reviewed only the touchdown. And it's fitting that that's how this game ends. What a wild night here in Jonesboro. From Tom Luganville, Harry Lyles, and the entire crew, I'm Matt Berry. What a game we had on a Thursday. 34-30, Louisiana survives. Let's go to SportsCenter with Trevor Scales and Ryan Smith.